I mean,
No.
So will the guards, I imagine.
we'll find out.
No, the guards went upstairs. They're waiting for us, and then they'll arrest us afterwards.
We'll find out.
Probably.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Crabby D&D. I'm here with my players, Kat,
Hi.
Damian,
Hello.
Kirv,
Hiya.
Romulus,
Hello.
and Vinny.
Hello.
We may be getting a mortar later. Otherwise, Dan has to, well, be coming home from work later on, and he'll be calling in on his way home. This will be happening every second week, so just so that everybody knows this will be happening. Right. So yes, hello everybody. I'll close your cat sheet now, Jamie, now that I'm done with it.
Thank you.
Should be all sorted now. Are we all ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Believe so.
I'm on the last paragraph of the document.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Go for it.
Glad to see those of you who are here to roll dice are all prepared and ready for the next steps in your grand adventure, and that you spent, let's say, the last half an hour planning, and definitely not just chatting and memeing. Now, last session, our party of taped-together adventurers, Kat, Damian, Kirv, Mortar, Romulus, and Vinny, had met up with one another after about a month apart, Damian bringing along his new companion, Mortar. After a heated first meeting, tracking down a target location, a run-in with the local law, we now find our party once again in trouble with the law, but free to do as they pleased because, as Romulus said, honesty. Standing in the pale yellow and white stone chamber within the pillar of the bridge itself, you all gather yourselves from the rather tense conversation between Romulus and Mortar. Mortar now remaining quiet, contemplating the situation that they're now in and the choices that they will make going forward. As Damian places his hand upon the doorway to the left of the chamber you are currently in, as it slides open, drawing the whole party's attention to him.
Hey, Damian, old friend, what you doing over there?
I'm going for a door. What does it look like?
No, it looks like you're going for a door. Just we were having the whole
Good.
conversation about, party unity, stick together, work as a
This is
team.
the part where someone comes up behind him and stabs him.
Oh, don't tempt me.
Hello again, Damian. Welcome to my glade. Oh, sorry. I was too intent on going for the door. I missed that conversation. There was a conversation about party unity. I mean, I heard some.
That's it. I'm declaring Vinny the new Godfather.
If
I
you
mean, I
think
heard
that's a
some
good idea.
heard some loud talking behind me, but I don't know what it was to do with.
All right. Okay. A party
Damian's still
is
just
like
in the doorway.
a family, Damian. You need to communicate with one another. So I'm going to try and communicate with you now.
Okay, well, I mean, I was gonna say something, but you guys were having such an intense conversation. I didn't want to bother you.
All right. What's in the room, Damian?
I don't know yet. I haven't pulled the door open enough.
Look. If you've not you've not opened the door yet.
The door has fully opened. He placed his hand on it and it's
so
pulled all the way open. These aren't like you can peek indoors. These are you place your hand on a section of wall and it just removes itself.
Do the doors come with plum sauce? They're not peeking.
Gonna add some health to the next encounter.
I'm gonna charge my rune for elemental detonation.
Go for it. No, but with the room that you currently stand in, you can see, now that it's a less heated scenario, the crystal in the corner is destroyed, but the party has light from Damian's hammer, which still illuminates this room despite standing in the doorway. You can see what looks to be a very clean kind of stone table off to the top left with a book which has been removed. And did you remove the pencil, or is the pencil still there? 'Cause I believe you gave the book to Cat, Vinny.
I picked the book up. Yes. What was it? Just a normal pencil?
Some looks like it.
Daedler HB pencil. We're not sponsored by them, just to clarify.
Yeah.
Oh man, if I was sponsored by pencils. I wouldn't mind.
Cat's made well known her obsession with ink. She never mentioned graphite, so I'll probably leave it.
Okay, that's fair. Underneath the table, you can see there's otherwise a large box, and on top of it are kind of two tray-like boxes. They've survived; they're not weathered or damaged by any means. And off to the far right-hand side, next to the other door which Mortar had previously opened, you can see what looks to be an empty weapon rack.
Okay, well, a full weapon rack would have been useful, but unless our plan is to move in, I don't think an empty rack is going to be very helpful to us.
I'm just concerned by the DM's wording. It looks like an empty weapon rack. I'm just concerned that now it's like something disguised as a.
Well,
Unusual thing for mimic to turn itself into, but
Gets stabbed all the time when a sword gets put in, Ruff.
oh,
It was a mimic once upon a time.
okay. Well, I'm gonna quickly flick through the book, see what's written in here. Just get a rough glance of what the book consists of.
Okay. Flicking through the book, it is written in what looks to be, from what you can generally tell, a different language, but you're not sure which. It looks very similar to Common, but it's not quite. But
Do
from
any
the
of
look,
you understand this? I'll go over and I'll show everyone in my vicinity.
passing it around the party, nobody, I believe, will be able to read this. And as a general note, I believe your entire party has most scripts covered, so means it's a language that you're not familiar with. Either that, or it's not used today. You do know that a few of these have what looks to be kind of glyphs or stamps drawn into it next to a few of these, and there are listings going down as you kind of flip through the pages. It's some form of ledger. You're not entirely sure what it's ledgering, but still.
Okay. Have a ledger.
how urgent do you think it's likely to be?
What, to read this?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be life and death right now. Pretty sure that we could probably read it a little later on. I could cast Comprehend Language and actually get to understand it. But
Yeah,
for
me
now,
too, but I'm not going to waste time
agreed.
casting slowly or waste magic casting quickly if it's not going to be important.
Exactly. I agree there. I think our more pressing matter at the moment is finding who we're looking for down here and making sure that people looking at Damian and Mortar don't get killed.
And just as a general note, Damian, your locate object spell is kind of reaching the end of its limitations.
Okay.
But you can feel it almost directly below you.
Okay.
Did you say there was a box under the table?
Yeah, what looks to be some kind of a large crate near where Mortar's standing.
Just from this angle, I dare say approach it. So what's in there?
It's empty.
Oh, it's empty.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
not
large
so
box seems to be empty, as are the 2 small crates that are just on the top. Or trays,
Does the
sorry.
box have any markings or writing on it?
Turning it over and having a look, it seems to be just like a clean slate. There is what looks to be a hallmark on the back of it, suggesting that it was made by a specific crafter, but you can't make out the language at all. You can't make out the name, nor the marking itself, or what the symbols mean. So,
Okay.
personal
Okay.
markings of a guild you don't recognise, perhaps.
Should we start progressing through? I'm
Yeah,
going to
Someone asked me what
I'm
was
gonna-
Theurgist.
copy the marking of the guild or what have you into my notebook, so I've got a copy for it later on.
Damian, as you're otherwise looking into this room, you can see what looks to be a pile of small kind of reinforced crates off to one side, 2 large tables, one covered in what looks to be some simple papers with a pencil on top, the other with what looks to be large chunks of scrap metal and a wrench next to it. Something in the process of being repaired, perhaps, was once here. You can see next to the other table are some barrels that are in place, and the corners of the room, bar the corner closest to you, seems to have a kind of this stone brazier with crystal growing out of the top of it that is illuminating the room fully. Straight ahead of you, towards the end of the room, you can see a small, what looks to be a small wall about a foot, maybe foot and a half, kind of protruding from the ground, and from this angle you can make out what looks to be a metal grate in place beyond it, with one section of the wall, the darker section here, merging with the floor. So like a lip, as if you could walk on and off of it.
Gotcha.
You also see a door up to this section here.
Okay.
And Mortar will stick with you for the time being.
Romulus, to answer your... Was it Romulus who asked me what was in there?
No.
Yes.
Well,
Yes. There's a couple of tables. There's a table quite similar to the one you were looking at previously. There's another one with loads of bits of metal, some crates, some more of those crystal things. And
Crystals.
there's like a circular wall with what looks like a grate in it. It's a bit weird.
Now, I don't know who needs to hear this, but for God's sake, do not step on the grate. Are we understood?
You and me had the same instinct, Damian. Just move you forward one tile. You got there just before I did.
Right.
move there. I'm going to send Jeff in. Not far, but just sort of like in this area to make sure that nothing is off.
There doesn't seem to be anything off. You can see hanging on the walls, kind of just above the table, what looks to be some form of holders of some form. You're not entirely sure what they would hold, but they're empty currently.
And this scrap over here?
It just looks like a pile of junk from what you can tell. The metalwork about the scrap looks good. I mean, it's not rusted, it's not decayed by any means, so it's quality metal. But you don't know the entirety of it without a further investigation check if you wish.
Hey, Romulus, in here there's, you know about metal more than I do, probably.
Yes, somehow I have that knowledge, yes.
Well, I just mean, yeah, is there anything of value there? I'm gonna look at this book and the paperwork.
I mean, Chris, is there?
Looking at the metal, you have a look across it. Go ahead and make me your choice of a blacksmith tools check, a history check, or an arcana check. Each one will yield a different result.
I mean, it's gotta be a Smith's Tools check, because the other ones I'm fucked on.
Fair enough.
What attribute would that be using?
In this instance, also it's using intelligence.
So, not great, but better than the other ones. Is there a specific DC I'm looking to beat?
In this instance, there will be 2 DCs. DC 10 and DC 20.
Oh, 22.
22. You're looking at this and you're like, oh, this is steel. Quite well-made steel and enchanted steel. You look across the surface of it and you can see etchings, ones which Cat has used previously for rune making. Ones that have very clear lines where magic is drawn and functions over the metal. It is designed to channel magic. But it is scrap. It has been destroyed. Scrap, damaged magic metal is typically very unheard of, suggesting that it's not designed... It's more designed for power than for fortitude. Magic metal can be destroyed and can be very much damaged, and you suspect that's the case here. The metal itself is otherwise clung with dust. It has been abandoned here for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
But there's quite a few of it. And you can see what looks to be a wrench off to one side, which, as far as you can tell, is just mundane wrench.
Mundane wrench.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But Kat, as you're looking at the book, I will say you look over the book and kind of the papers on the table. The papers on the table seem to have not necessarily gone blank, but they have faded quite some time. Well, they have faded because they've been here for quite some time. You don't know how long, but they have faded. You can see another pencil that's otherwise sat on the top, and you can see the book itself, as you otherwise kind of look over it and flip through the pages. It is some form of blueprints and manual, but you can't read a word of it. You can make out what looks to be glyphs and runes, almost as if it's a spell book, but it's written like it's a manual.
Okay, I'm going to take the papers, I'm going to take the book, and I'm going to take the pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case there's something about that that's linked to the pages. Before I take them, though, is there any degree of, like, dust on the bits of paper or the pencil?
Plenty.
Okay, so
It's not... Actually, no, my apologies. There is no dust here, sorry. I completely forgot.
Oh.
There is no dust across any of the surfaces here.
Okay, rightio. If the bits of paper are over each other, if I move one of the bits of paper, is the writing slightly clearer where the page was over the other bit? As if the light hadn't actually got to the one underneath.
It doesn't seem like it, no. As you otherwise have a look at the papers, they seem to be more... They had a purpose once, but it's been so long that they're not really doing great at the moment.
Okay, and the book hasn't faded at all?
Book hasn't faded at all, no.
Okay, right, I'm going to take the papers, the pencil, I'm going to take the book, and I'm going to investigate this slot up here.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check. Vinny, Damian, and Kirv, what are you doing during this time? And I'll get back to you in a moment.
I wish to investigate the grate without going onto it. I want to look over the. So this bit, the yellow bit of the wall, you can look over, and the other bit.
Yeah, you can look over it. It's about 1.5 feet tall, so you can quite easily lean over and have a look. And the dark bit is merged with the floor, so you can just walk over it. But go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Before I roll, can I use Jeff to give me help?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
I'm just saying, from a cursory glance, that looks like some magic-y bullshit underneath that grate.
I mean, apparently he's like directly below me, and there's a grate which indicates that you can get down. So I mean, perception.
Okay.
You said.
Perception, yes.
Yeah,
Which
that's
you
a
have advantage on, I believe, because of your... Wait,
oh yeah, let's see if we can get like a 20.
A natural 20, yeah. I believe you have
Why not?
advantage because it was your Sentinel shield.
My
wasn't
wisdom thing,
it?
indeed.
Yeah.
21.
21, okay. I'll just double check the Sentinel shield. I'm pretty sure it was that gave you the... I didn't write it. Yeah, Sentinel shield gives you that. Okay. So let's double check. Looking down and through the grate, you can see quite clearly below what looks to be some form of faded magical circle of some form. You can kind of just about see through the grate, and you can see the kind of faint yellow lines of script and writing that have held for what looks quite some time. You don't know, but you look down and you can see that. You can also see light emitting from below as well. What looks to be kind of sections of this bluish coloration again is permeating from sections of the room, along with the yellowish glow of the rune below. You otherwise have a look around, and with that roll, you can make out what looks to be two kind of crystalline domes on either side of the room's wall, and what looks to be a lever on the other. For reference, the lever is directly ahead and the crystal domes are on either side of the room below. You unfortunately can't get a good look behind. You don't know how far the chamber goes back this way, but you know that it's about the same size as this from this point onwards. It's about that big from there, from what you can see. Vinny and Kirv, are you doing anything?
Could I have a quick look at the sorry, what was it? The steel that's got the magic and everything, just in case I can pick up something because of this history.
Okay. Yeah, you can. I will say, unless Romulus makes it public knowledge that this is magical steel, to you it looks like steel. Because I believe you. There's no way for you to make the DC.
I'm just going to pick up anything that looks useful from the pile. So if the steel is magical and I think I can put it to a better purpose,
okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shove it in a bag.
Add, okay. Add magic steel scrap to your inventory. And we'll do this by weight alone. So this would be about 20 pounds of the stuff.
It's a good thing I basically don't have to worry about carrying capacity because I carry so much shite.
I was about to say, Romulus has now become encumbered. That was the straw that broke the camel.
The thing is, that doesn't happen for at least another 200 pounds.
Yeah, he's fine.
I'll look for something. There's a grate right in front of me.
Okay, so Kirv, as you get there, you see Romulus is otherwise just scooping this metal into his pack.
Okay.
Vinny?
Can I take a look at these crates?
Yeah, you can see that the crates themselves are reinforced, and you can see that the wood itself has a faint glow to it, kind of a bluish veins running through the dark wood.
Any hallmarks on them?
Not from what you can see, no.
Interesting.
I want to investigate the crystals because I don't think I've actually seen one working.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'd already destroyed the other one.
Yeah, it's producing light. Lots of it.
Cool. Can I discern anything else?
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check, please. Meanwhile, Kat, you rolled an investigation, didn't you?
15.
15. Looking at it, the holder in the wall is strange. As you otherwise kind of look at it with the help of Jeff, you can see that the holder in the wall is what looks to be large enough to hold some form of either sphere or some kind of rod of some form. It looks like it could hold a torch, but it doesn't go all the way through, which suggests it wouldn't be something as long as a torch. You're not entirely sure what would fit in here. It's unknown to you, but still.
Interesting. Just as a quick thing, I'm going to quickly run over here. Is this one exactly the same?
Yeah, it is exactly the same. Okay. And Vinny, what are you going to say?
At that point, I'll move over.
I was just going to say, I need to be right back.
Okay.
Won't be a second.
What was your Arcana check, Damian?
12.
12. It's a crystal. It looks like a convenience crystal, but it looks like a naturally grown one as opposed to a synthesized one.
Interesting.
That's the most you can get. You don't know the specifics of it, but that's what you get.
Cool. And they're blue.
And they're blue, yeah.
The blue glowy crystals.
Yeah.
Now, just to check, who amongst us has played Genshin Impact?
No, but I did download it yesterday.
God damn it, I can't make a joke yet. Play it quicker.
Sorry, I'll get right on it. Chris, you ain't getting any art for a little while. I've got to play Genshin Impact for next session.
No. Get me more Tarzart.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make reference to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal.
I have no idea
Oh,
what
I
you're
know that.
talking.
Hey, I got
Just
one.
because it's on TikTok.
It's so fucking on TikTok. It's
Oh
stupid.
my god.
These
So
are
that's
young
what that's
people,
for.
Jamie, eh?
Oh,
I
uh,
get TikTok.
Oh,
Vinny wouldn't know
no,
about
I'm
young
ancient. Okay.
Yeah, you are ancient, Jamie. Okay.
Okay,
fucking
Jamie, I
old.
feel sorry for you because someone at work is 63 and he uses TikTok.
Oh well, there you go. You got a lower bound for my age. This is good.
We know what the lowest note can be is, yeah. So,
I can't be that much older because otherwise I'm older than my parents. But we won't worry about that.
so, this is mental age, not physical age. So, what are we doing?
Convenience crystals. That's what they're called. Is there anything we haven't investigated? Oh, there's some barrels over there. Anybody wants to investigate those?
Yeah, barrels
What
seem
was
to
in
be.
What was in these, by the way?
You haven't opened them, and by the looks of it, I'll say from a cursory glance, there's no way into them.
Well, I mean there is, but it probably won't end well for the contents. If
That's
there's any.
true, and the barrels are the same. You can't see like an easy lid for them. They aren't, from what you can tell, they aren't constructed to be opened the traditional way. They're made from some form of wood with blue veins and a reinforced metal of some form.
Sorry, is that both the barrels
boxes
and
and-
the crates?
Yeah, both of them.
Interesting. Interesting.
Has
Could I
anybody
look
looked
over
in
them? Oh,
the crates or the barrels?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
could I give them a look over to basically work out, is there some hidden mechanism we're not seeing, or is there some specific way to open them
Roll
that
me,
I might be able to notice given my Smithsiness?
roll me an investigation check. This is just
Vinny,
Romulus
could you-
checking the barrels to see if there's a way into.
Don't suppose I could get any benefit from the Smith tools on this one.
You can have proficiency if you don't in investigation.
Yay, I super don't.
Because you also have proficiency in woodcarver's tools or carpenter's tools, which makes sense for this as well, so.
19. Yay.
19. Looking over the box, you look at it and you're like, there's no way that any of these panels slide at all. And then you see what looks to be the metal cross-section on the top can be slid, but as you try to go and move it, it is jammed stuck. And as you kind of look at it, you begin to identify that this isn't too dissimilar to what you've seen Cat do several times before. This is locked with 2 lock state spells and will require 2 dispel magics to open unless you know the keyword.
Fucking Christ.
As you otherwise have a look at the barrels are the same.
Oh, so
But-
the words fucking Christ didn't work. Okay, noted.
Good try though.
Okay, now I know there's no possible way for me to necessarily know this, but am I looking for one word or 2 different words for each of the lock states?
Lock state uses a command word, which means that they could use a string of words or a singular word. This could be independently or the same word, depending on what they decided to do for these boxes. So you could be looking for two key phrases up to 5 words long for each box, which would be 10 different words in a specific order, or one set of up to 5 words, or it could just be one.
Kirv steps forward and she's like, okay, don't worry, I've got this. She goes towards the boxes and she says, Max.
Does nothing.
Just
She
Cat
kicks
looks
the
over her shoulder.
Wait.
Max?
I've got it. Submit yourself to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal.
Kirv
Nothing
does a little
happens.
dance.
Worth a try. It's a great string of words, though.
It's fantastic. It doesn't have to go off that hard, but it does.
It does. Okay, we should probably move on. We will come back to these later, and we will look through books for stuff. If necessary, Cat, I don't suppose you have room in your little funky pocket.
4.
I point at the crates and barrels.
I look at Romulus dead in the eyes like, you good luck moving them.
I meant if we could get never mind.
We can okay, I have let me see. Okay, so I
Wait,
have One
Can't a
blood
lock
crystal in there.
state be broken by using enough force?
No, you can move it a little bit, and then it resumes its lock.
Yeah,
Would,
and then it resumes
would
its
that-
lock. So
would that be enough to potentially open them, though?
It's about an inch.
it's about, yeah. You'd be here for a
Okay.
while, and depending on
Yeah,
how much
yeah.
time you want to spend in here, you could. It's one of those that I think, due to the DC that you'd have to make a DC 25 athletics check to move it 1 inch. Now, simple maths here. These are about 3 to 4 foot boxes, and one of those crossbeams goes across from one corner to the other. So it's about 4 foot crossbeam, which means you've got to make 48 checks to even warrant getting one of the bars out. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just going to take you several hours to do.
Alright, well,
I mean,
if
you know-
necessary,
Yeah.
we can brute force it if absolutely necessary. We would rather not.
And as a general
That's
note,
next session.
as a general note, if you wanted to put these in like a pocket bag or anything, because these have the effect of lock state on them, they would weigh over 10,000 pounds.
Jesus.
So
It wouldn't
these
work
would,
anyway. They're too big.
yeah, they're too big, but they would shatter any bag of holding they go into because lock state is cast on them.
Fine. I've seen Romulus carry a barrel around for a while. I'm sure he'll be able to cope.
Yes.
Jesus, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Look
so
at
A barrel of
There's-
drugs.
there's nothing in this room apart from down there. Should we
I
check?
suspect these are also barrels of drugs.
I need to
Except they're really
we need-
expensive drugs we can
We
sell
need
for lots of
merch that
money.
just says barrel of drugs, and it's just a picture of Romulus carrying a barrel.
Yeah.
Remember, kids, don't go anywhere without your barrel of drugs. TM. Copyright TM.
I mean,
Is
barrel
it
of
barrel
sun,
of
right?
drugs or barrel o drugs?
Oh,
Mm,
important.
Barrel of drugs.
barrel of drug. But, it's got to be the O. It's much better. Anyway.
Comes with a free apostrophe.
Mhm.
Shall we check next room?
Yeah, we should
Next
probably
door?
check the next fucking room.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting
Probably.
my hand on the next door to
Okay.
open it, hopefully.
I'm very much letting
Damian,
Damian do that.
take it all.
Yeah, if it explodes, Damian's fault. That's the way it
Oh,
is.
mother of...
This looks fun.
Oh, I am in heaven.
That's a lot of scrap metal.
Yeah. Looking into this room, as you otherwise open the door and have a look in, Damian, you can see what look to be 2 giant metallic coils to the right and the left, about halfway into the room. You can see that they crackle with this deep purplish energy and coloration to them. And you can see 2 massive heaps of scrap on the other side of whatever looks to be some form of line on the floor that is glowing purple. You see that on the opposite side of the room there is a toolbox to one side underneath the stone table, some scrap on top of it which looks to be a half-constructed mechanism or device of some form in kind of a spherical shape, and what looks to be bowls of gemstones.
Okay.
There's some interesting stuff in here if you want to slide in,
Okay.
but we might have some
Romulus,
issues.
Have you got a little bit of the metal from the other thing? Just a typical little bit of metal. It can be tiny.
Yeah, there are
Am I
little
right?
bits of the scrap.
Just throw it at that line.
Shuffle in.
I'm going to step out of the room whilst you do
Yeah, I was about to
this.
say.
Okay.
Okay. You hand the
Go
bit
on,
of
throw it in.
you hand the
Oh, don't you-
Look at-
I think generally
Okay.
thrown out.
I mean, that
So-
door is literally just going to close on us.
yeah. So, Kat, you have a little bit of the metal. What would you like to do with it?
Okay, I'm gonna stand here and be
I
prepared to
am.
jump in the front of.
I am
Cat
going
shit and
to.
get struck by lightning or something.
I have a shield.
I'm going to throw the bit of metal, literally into the line this corner here.
Okay.
I'm going to try and aim for that line.
You throw the bit of metal into the corner. As it otherwise hits the corner of it, you note that it freezes in midair for a moment, and then you watch as this bolt of lightning strikes it, channels through it, and shoots it across to the other side of the room, where it otherwise collides with the back corner of the room as if ricocheted off, going there and then that way.
Interesting.
As it otherwise
So-
hits the back section of the wall, you watch as the electrified metal hits the surface of the stone table, and you watch as the other bits of metal for this contraption begin to pull towards it, almost magnetized, and it begins to almost self-construct itself, with bits of scrap being pulled up from the nearby area towards it.
Cat.
Don't advise metal going through there, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I got that. Stop touching things.
Does the coils look like they're powered down or depleted?
No.
Right, okay.
No, looking at them, you can tell that these are very high-powered electrical coils. I will not give away the exact amount of electrical damage. Let's just say that most of you will survive maybe 2-3 hits of these.
Hmm.
And that's given some of you have a high-end health of about 70 to 80.
Level with me here. If I was to charge through, does it look like I could actually charge through and just get hit a few times?
You'll find
rather
out.
than, yeah.
So when they fired their electrical bolt,
Mm-hmm.
did it look like they
Hiya.
arced or charged up first?
That's
So
it.
was there like a sign that it was about to activate?
BRB.
No, they are constantly charging, and as the metal passed through, it froze in the air for like a half a second before it got struck by lightning and shot across the room, almost as if it was held there for that moment and then shot.
Okay, I'm not going close to this. Jeff is going to go here. I'm holding my action to bamf him out if anything changes.
Wait. Thought.
Is there any runes on this?
Not from what you can see, no. You could get closer and investigate.
I don't want to get too
Cat.
close.
Cat.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be touching something in order to cast lock state, right?
I do. I can cast it through Jeff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
How willing are you to sacrifice Jeff?
Not, because that will end really badly. Gesturing sort of like arm and then
Okay.
Jeff.
Yeah, no, I get that. Chris, how long would you say there was between the thing freezing in place and being shot with electricity?
Half a second at most.
Do you think that's enough time for someone, say a creature, to perfectly time casting lock state on something in that area and then escaping? If, for example, there was someone standing by to bamf them out of existence.
If you were to, in this instance, cast lock state on an object that was held in that moment, in that half a second, it would be an initiative check versus this quote-unquote trap.
Mm-hmm.
If you fail the initiative check, it will go off as it would, and the spell won't have effect. If you succeed the initiative, the spell will go off, and then you'll need to make a save to not get hit by the residual effect of this. Casting a spell that takes an action traditionally takes between 3 to 5 seconds. So you will need to time it perfectly.
Alternatively, how heavy are the removable rods?
Not very heavy at all,
that
actually.
heavy, no.
Okay, so
And
a
as
mage
magical
hand.
items, they should be basically immune to mundane damage, even if, like,
So, if I
intriguing.
has anyone got a removable rod? To
I've
hand?
got an immovable rod.
Okay, I'm going to cast Mage Hand. I'm not touching this thing.
Okay.
So that's only going to end badly.
Okay,
And-
try and move the mage hand through first of all and see if it does anything.
Okay, I'm going to try and move Mage Hand through first.
Okay. As you move the mage hand through, you watch as the mage hand is electrified and disintegrates in that moment. As you then go to cast mage hand again, you can't.
That's
Peculiar.
very peculiar.
You must finish a long rest before you can cast mage hand again now.
Oh.
Are you pulling in some Baldur's Gate bullshit? Because
No.
what? How?
As you get a better understanding, I'll say, Kat, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. Come on, roll with me here. 27. 22, sorry.
22. Looking at this and watching that happen, you've seen Kay use Counterspell before, and you identify that this magic has essences of Counterspell tied into it, but in such a way that your magic is not necessarily destroyed, but disabled. Now, Mage Hand, for the most part, is mostly invisible and is very transparent, which gives you also another sign that this, whatever this is, being invisible isn't going to help. You don't know what level of things aren't going to be able to get past this, but this is set up in such a way that it seems to catch most, if not all, things. It's at this point that you watch as the orb on the other side of the table has kind of constructs itself back together, and it floats off of the ground momentarily, as you watch as runes and colour begins to form around the outside of it as it becomes perfectly smooth. As it hovers there in that moment and floats, it kind of begins to spin and move on its own, hovering, and you begin to hear the sound of almost skittering nearby. Now, I have to unfortunately use a temporary tile for this because, well, I unfortunately don't have a perfectly spherical object, so I'm using portals for now.
Ah, fun with portals.
Just to check, from what we've seen, this is magically produced electricity.
It seems like it, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, that was the scrap metal assembling itself into a spherical object,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
and the spherical object is currently hovering there, and you can begin to hear skittering from nearby.
I suspect the other ones are also, for over here and here, are also going to be bringing things together. We need to deal with this quickly, and...
With the check that I've just made,
Awaken Necro.
can I see if there's like, can I make out a source to where this is coming from? Is it drawing up? Is it located within the actual pillars?
Seems to be within the... From what you can tell, the stone around seems to be conducting this magic towards these coils.
Okay. Stone around, which means that they're attracting, they're collecting. So either there's something forcing the magic to them, or they're drawing the magic somehow.
At this point, I'm going to open the door and put my head back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't need to squidge up.
Hello, everyone dead yet?
Not yet.
Not just yet. I've got two ideas, and you're not going to like either of them.
Okay.
So, either we can find some way to attach a rod of metal between the two generators, causing them to overload. Objectively, there would be a feedback loop caused. There's no chance of them surviving that. But also, we might die. Alternatively, if this thing attempts to attack multiple things passing through it at once, we may be able to drain it very quickly.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What's the goal here?
Get through the scary line here and stop whatever the fuck that thing is, and also profit off of the shit.
Before it self-assembles.
Is it still
It's
assembled?
already self-assembled.
No, it's already self-assembled. It's currently hovering and floating there, and you can kind of hear this beginning of skittering nearby. Speaking of,
that's what
Kirv,
Yes.
at this moment, as you're kind of standing in this room with Mortar, you just saw Vinny go through and ask if anybody's dead yet. And as the door closes behind, you hear this sound of kind of strange arcane sound from nearby. You're not entirely sure what it is, but you and Mortar kind of exchange a look as the grate on the floor pulls back for but a moment, and you watch as another one of these orbs floats through, up through the grate closing behind it, as it otherwise stops, and you see a small portion of it, almost like a camera lens, pull itself open as it begins to look at both of you. What would you like to do?
What a Dwemer are we doing here?
Wave.
You wave? Okay. Mortar will back off because he doesn't like being in melee. And you watch as it goes towards the door. You four otherwise hear the door open behind you and presume it's Kirv, as you watch as the orb floats through. As it hits the electric, you watch as the electric connects with it, coils around it, and then dissipates. It goes through unharmed.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
It left my threatened range as it entered the...
Are you going to attack it?
I'm strongly considering it. Give me a second to read through Sentinel very quickly.
Oh, it's 2, but I'm not going to take it.
Given what happened last session, where
The
you
fuck
know
is Sentinel?
I
There,
caused
the fuck is
problems by not
Sentinel.
just asking politely, have we considered talking to these things?
Oh, also,
I
as
tried
Romulus is
waving.
considering, as
Um,
Romulus is contemplating shoving his weapon into the electric field, I'm going to take a step to the side.
Okay. So so, if I might, you
Or
said
Jeff
that
just
as
advised.
it was going.
out.
So, Chris, your
Mhm.
exact wording was as it went through, and therefore left my threatened range at pretty much precisely the point it was passing through this central thing. The field dissipated in its entirety.
No. The electric channeled to it, spun around it, and then it passed through unscathed.
Right. So to clarify, when it passed through, the energy was no longer present.
No, the energy was 100% present. It's just this thing is either immune or suppresses it, or you don't know. It just
Moves it
passes
around,
through
potentially.
unharmed. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't feel like that's a terribly good idea. Then I was hoping to, because I could use Sentinel to stop it in place. My intention was to then run past it, get in there, and deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's not going to be an easy way to get past via doing so, I don't think it would be in my best interest.
Okay.
Okay. So as that went through, can I make an Arcana check to see why it didn't contact it? Is there something magical about?
Yeah, go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
I'll say the DC is 25 for this, as this is magic that you're unfamiliar with.
Yeah,
Coming into
that's
play
fair.
here.
That's fair. Can I use Jeff for help action?
Jeff isn't exactly the most intelligent of creatures, so I'm going to say no.
He had a different point of view. Maybe I thought I'd try.
As it's going by, can I just see if I recognise it in any form, or just generally investigate it?
22.
22.
Close. But...
You're not sure why this thing's being able to pass through the electric without being affected at all. The most that you can assume is this thing must be immune, but you have no idea. It's made of metal, and you've seen the inner workings of this thing is entirely metal, so you'd imagine it would be affected by a counterspell style lightning bolt. Meanwhile, Damian, you said you were going to just see if you recognize it at all?
As it goes by, just see if I recognise it, or
No.
can observe anything of use.
No. The only thing that you note as otherwise floats past is that it seems to have almost this blue aura to it, whereas this one doesn't. As it otherwise floats up, you watch as this one, as the one that kind of self-constructed itself, you watch as it begins to peel open, and the other one otherwise almost telekinetically lifts one of these blue crystals and places it inside of this one.
Oh, I don't like that.
You watch as
that's not good.
As the top portion of it snaps closed again, kind of sealing itself, and it spins in that moment. And you watch as it begins to glow blue. What do you do?
Ah.
Okay, look, these things are very unlikely to be on our side. I think we need to focus on this. I can get myself through. I'm reasonably confident that I can get myself through that energy field without dying. I may not be healthy by the end of it, but I think I can get through without dying.
Well, I'm vaguely sure I can get me and someone else through. You're too big. But someone else. But it is a resource.
I'd say Damian's who you're going to want to bring with you. Healing and, frankly, damage sponge.
Okay.
While... made him up. Just shove him through.
While you're
While
you're considering this, I would like everybody to make a... I'm going to say you can make a deception, or let's say this, you can make a persuasion, deception, performance check, or you can make a stealth check of your choice, as these two forms seem to now be analysing the party.
Okay, I'm gonna.
This will be you four making these. Kirv, you're still in the other room. Is that okay? Did you want to open the door and go through, or you remain in here with Mortar?
To be honest, I think I'd better be keeping an eye on Mortar.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Was it performance, persuasion, deception, or stealth?
Yep.
I know this is very unfortunate, but stealth
Okay.
is my only option.
I'm going
Because-
persuasion. I just rolled a nat 20.
Good.
Nice.
So that's 28.
I'm going to attempt stealth.
I'm going to attempt persuasion.
The alternative is
I'm
a
nice
-1,
to
fine,
robots.
which feels less likely.
When there's a
Ah,
moment,
that's the
can I
one.
ask how
Oh,
Wait,
dear.
wait a
if the
second.
crows have any thoughts?
No, I got nothing. I'm
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm very unstealthy.
Okay, so Romulus, you got a natural 1, and Jamie, you got a natural 20. The two of those cancel out. So, Vinny, what did you get
16 on persuasion.
on persuasion? And Damian?
An 8 on persuasion.
Okay. The orbs or the spheres stare at you. They don't seem confused, but they are otherwise analysing your party. In this moment, Kirv, as you're otherwise in the other room with Eugene and Filch sat on your shoulders, you ask them what they think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, boss. This place is a bit of a dump. We could just, skip town, get out of here, and not get in trouble.
The thought hasn't not crossed my mind.
That one over there looks a bit weird. Keeps staring at us like he's gonna eat us.
We'll stay in here for now.
Okay. While this is going on, I need to quickly check these things. Stat block. Okay. As the two orbs are floating there, all of you hear a language which none of you recognize. It is, in a way, very deep and robotic, and very bizarre to hear. It's not something that you would recognize at all, as you can hear them saying this momentarily. Before you watch as one of them the camera lens opens for a moment and kind of focuses before kind of readjusting. And the skittering that you can hear begins to get loud very quickly.
Hello?
What is the party doing in this instant?
I wanted to communicate with it.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I'm going to use a resource. I'm going to cast Comprehend Language on myself.
Okay.
Don't want to, but...
Okay. So now we've just got...
As I start.
Okay, so you can understand them as one of them, you don't know which one is speaking, says, "Spellcaster, please register."
Spellcaster, please register. Okay, I'll look over. Hi, I'm Kat.
It seems to focus on you momentarily.
I think they want us to tell them who they are, who we are.
Well, in that case, pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Robot. I am Vinny.
Okay.
Interesting question. They said spellcaster. Do I just shut the fuck up? Like, do I just not say anything and just sit here?
Do you want
Like,
it? That's up to
have
you.
they paid any attention to me?
They're generally observing your group, the four of you.
I would say Romulus.
Greetings, I am Sir Dalasenos of the Order of the Crest. Who are you?
There's a-
Very
There's a
formal.
moment. There's a moment as there seems to be kind of a moment of almost picking it up before it looks back at you, Kat. You understand us, yes?
Yes, I do.
Your group has been not found in our database.
Okay.
It turns and faces Romulus. One of you is found to be holding contraband. Steel of our order.
Just face palms.
At that point, you watch as the door behind you, Romulus, opens, and you see a massive swarm of tiny tiny beetle-like creatures zapping each other with charges of electricity. I would like everyone to roll initiative here.
Oh dear.
I was thinking they were Necrons or they were Daleks. It turns out they're replicators from Stargate. That makes more sense.
I was looking at this and thinking,
I mean,
oh
Necrons
God,
isn't far off for the
it's
for
the
the knights
Dwemer
here.
from
Hmm.
Skyrim. Just
Yay, I
lots of
got
constructs.
10, the averagest of rolls.
Okay, as this one is
Okay.
here, and these two are further up.
Okay.
Now, hang on. What was the change that happened to my initiative?
Oh yes, you give everybody within 10 feet of you a +3. So Vinny and Kat both get an
Yay.
additional +3 to their initiative scores.
Okay, that's 16.
Romulus wishes he hadn't taken this step.
I mean, you're not wrong.
What was that under again?
Now, if I remember correctly, this is the one I wanted to
Oh, that's my
use.
aura of the Sentinel. Yep.
Or yeah, that sounds about right.
Do I get +1, I think, as a result, don't I? Yeah, oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay, so
And now while you can. And Kirv, you'll also be rolling here, and I'll roll for Mortar in a moment.
I've already rolled.
Okay, I'll quickly roll for Mortar.
Now,
Oh,
to
Mortar,
clarify,
good,
I
good.
can't understand what the thing is said,
No.
right? It's
No,
purely Cat.
No,
I
it
will
just
be
focused on
repeating-
you, and you watch as the door opens as Kat is repeating, this one is in possession of contraband.
I'm more than happy to take the bag of metal that I picked up and just go, take it. I was simply looking it over. You are welcome to it. Apologies. Did not realize it was claimed.
If you want to do that in the initiative order, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. I'll see what happens, but you know, we get there when we get
Okay.
there.
Archmite, Swarm 1 got that roll, Swarm 2 got that, and Swarm 3 got that. Overmind 1, what is your initiative score bonus? That, and Overmind 2, you got that. Okay, 25 to 20 then, please. Oh boy, that's a good start. 20 to 15.
16.
16.
Seriously?
Yeah, my best initiative roll.
16.
I'm more concerned at the fact that we beat Vinny.
15 to 10.
10.
Vinny?
No.
Vinny got what?
10 to 5.
8.
Oh
That's
no.
on a natural 1.
Oh, was
What?
that incorporating the -5 with the?
Yeah,
all
it
the
would be a 13 otherwise.
Oh,
Thanks to Damian.
Oh my word!
Wow.
And Kirv, what did you get?
4.
4. Okay.
I rolled
So-
a 2.
So in this instance, as stuff begins to happen in the other room, Mortar and Kirv, the two of you are surprised. Just thought I'd let you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Surprise!
Yep.
Surprise, metal bugs.
Yep. Okay, move that one to there. Move that there. Vinny goes there. That goes there, that goes there, and that goes there. Okay. So, top of the round, we go to Archmite Swarm 3. As Romulus, as you're otherwise standing in the doorway, you see this massive swarm begin to approach you. Oh, and my apologies. The sizes of these are incorrect. They're supposed to be large.
Oh, yay.
They aren't
Oh.
big creatures. They're just big swarms.
Yeah.
Okay. As this one otherwise swarms in through the door and into your current space and becomes immediately aggressive to you. In this moment, it is going to... yeah, for their collective, they're going to use a static blast. So, Romulus and Vinny, I would like the two of you to make me dexterity saving throws, please, as you are within 5 feet of the swarm.
Deck save. Give me a second here.
You have advantage on
Would
this,
it-
Romulus, because you
was
can
going
see
to
this
say,
coming.
'cause they-
Yeah. As you watch as the swarm otherwise flies in, you watch as it begins to build up this electrical energy. You watch as one of the Teslas begins to crackle as if it's drawn to these creatures, this swarm. As you watch as it begins to grow and grow, and then this burst of electricity shoots out from them.
18.
18, that's a success, so you take half damage, so you take 6 points of lightning damage. And Vinny?
14.
14 is a success. DC for this is 12, and you take as well 6 points of lightning damage. As the Arcmite swarm otherwise bursts outwards with the static burst, striking all the nearby area around you. You watch as they begin to get supercharged in that moment for a short period of time before they begin to continue to swarm in this instance. End of their go. Vinny, you're up. Oh no, it will be Mortar who's up, sorry. Apologies. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I forgot to move people around. Mortar, Damian, and Cat.
Cat rolled first, so Cat will go first, I guess.
Okay, so we'll do that then. Then it goes Romulus, Vinny, and Kirv. Okay. So, then it would move to Damian, or to Mortar. Mortar is no longer surprised. After Mortar, we move to Swarm 2. Who are going to swarm into the room and to the rest of your party, and in this instant, wait and pause. You do not know why, but they are building up electricity and swarming around you. There is a moment of panic from all of you as you begin to feel trapped. They don't do anything else otherwise. Cat and Damian, it's your go.
Just to check, I don't suppose the floaty orbs have said anything else.
No, they have
whilst we're
done.
being
No, they've done nothing else yet.
noted.
I will say, wait. We bear no ill will. None. We are happy to return what was taken. And I'm not going to show any hostility.
Okay.
I don't want to try and provoke what I can. But, yeah. I'm going to...
Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty much could be my turn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Damian's going to be just sort of observing around him as obviously the swarm's going around, but not actually take any hostile action. So I guess I'm like taking a dodge action in essence.
Okay.
Oh, I'm also putting Jeff in my hood.
Okay. You put Jeff in your hood, yeah, because otherwise Jeff will get attacked.
Yeah, exactly.
We then move past Damian's go, and we move to Overmind 2's go. Overmind 2 in reply. Overmind 2 is at this point going to ask you to make me a persuasion check.
Oh, God.
You do not have disadvantage because you have taken no hostile actions.
Is it possible to at all provide any benefits to this? Like, I'm actively reaching to get the...
Yeah, unfortunately it
shit out
hasn't
of
gotten to your turn, so unfortunately
What
in this
about
instance...
Damian's lack of action? Can I
Damian's
use
lack
him
of
for it?
Damian's lack of action in this instance, I'll say yeah, Damian's lack of action will give you advantage on this.
Okay.
Yay! Might need it.
Yeah. I'm not very good with persuasion. Oh,
No,
Oh,
well,
no.
That's +3.
12.
12.
Could be worse.
12.
Could be a lot worse.
I'm not charismatic, okay?
It's believable enough.
That's fair. As you otherwise say this, the Overmind is going to continue analysing this.
I feel like we're in a goldfish bowl suddenly. It goes up, it's like-
At this moment, actually no, I know what it's going to do. It is going to cast a spell on its turn.
Mm-hmm.
As you watch as the in this moment, as it otherwise begins to go, as it begins to stare and see what's going on, you watch as a portion of it flashes, something that you are otherwise familiar with to be some form of detect magic in some manner, as it otherwise begins to look at your group. And it says in reply, and this will be its turn, The thief possesses no magic. Please leave and vacate the area.
Okay, I will repeat that to the party.
Okay.
Okay.
So as a
Can I-
reaction, you repeat that. Romulus, you take this very clearly. You are not a spellcaster. You will not be allowed within this premises of this area.
Okay.
So now the party must ask a question. What do they want to do? I'll let you think about it for a moment.
I can do rituals. I can. Got 2 whole ritual casts.
Have you got any rat meat left? Have you got any of that in your rations left? Just offer it some rat meat. Please, let me through.
Okay. I will say this, Romulus. It is your go. How do you proceed from this? You have been told that you are not welcome because you cannot cast magic.
Right. I mean, rude, first of all. It is probably better that I remove myself from the situation. I know this may be unclear. Do they mean remove myself entirely, like go upstairs, or do they mean just remove myself from this room? Is there any kind of insight
I will
should
say,
make?
go ahead and make me an insight. You have advantage on these because of your rune. Go ahead and roll me insight.
Fuck, I needed that, but
Yeah.
Insight. That's +4, 23.
Okay. You're a smith, and looking at this room, this is a repair room. To these constructs, this room quite possibly could be considered sacred.
Right.
And looking at this, you suspect, with that high roll of your insight, even though these creatures show no emotion whatsoever, they are constructs. You sense that this room in particular is the problem. It is safeguarded, it is defended, and it seems to be something important.
And they don't like someone who doesn't
And they
have magic.
don't
being in
like
here.
someone who doesn't have magic in here. You do not know why, but as you begin to just kind of see that, there's a moment of, okay, I can't be in here.
Okay, so logical leaps here. I suspect that's because their defenses are less effective against people who are non-magical. Because this lightning, while still being lightning, it's specifically anti-magic. And I'm wondering if that hits someone who has magic, that's going to do a fuck ton more damage to them, like in terms of what they can do, than it is to me. I'm not saying I'm doing anything about that. I'm just saying that's where my mind's going. I'm going to take out, whilst like batting away these scarabs, these metallic scarabs.
Yes, tiny metallic scarabs. They're about 2 inches in length, in terms of what they are, but as you otherwise they fly past you, they are very intricately made, and there are hundreds of them in this swarm.
God, I want to fucking... Anyway, I take out the like, I'd imagine I just like grabbed a cloth and scooped everything up. I'm going to take that out, pop it down, and just leave.
Okay.
This way, if possible.
Okay. I'll say moving past Vinny and moving out of this way, the swarm otherwise swarms around the bag, and as you otherwise leave, heading through the door. I'll say, for the sake of it, the door opens. In most cases, it would take an action to open the door, and then the door has to open over the course of the next turn.
I feel like in this case they.
But in this case, they want it to happen, so I'll say it's fine. In this instance, the swarm grabs the bag, and the rest of you watch as it, along with the bag, flies through the field of some form. All of them getting shocked and seemingly supercharged in that moment, before they deposit the bag on the other side. And at this point, the swarm begins to move elsewhere. At this point, from the other room, as you otherwise move back in, you watch as a swarm begins to crawl through the space here. And it kind of takes a look for a moment through the area and just covers the grate in these tiny metallic mites. And this would alert Mortar and Kirv as to what exactly is going on. So, Kat, you are currently in this scenario. They seemingly have stopped. but they don't seem to be stopping. But they don't
if
seem
these
to be
ones
backing
start
off.
attacking me, I'm going to be attacking them because I've done what they've asked.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So I'll say at this point,
Mhm.
skipping through the turns because they're not doing anything. Vinny.
I'm also going to cast Comprehend Languages.
Ignorance and bliss is Damian's forte today.
Right. And on casting, but no hostility, just wanted to join in the conversation. Hello.
I'll say at this point, the Overmind, as we're going to be entering more of a conversation here, the Overmind otherwise looks back. You are unregistered. Please go below and register.
Okay.
Is there a filing clock somewhere that we missed? Was that the woman with the baby?
Wait, okay, Chris, I'm going to send you something to say in that voice.
No.
Is this Vinny's turn, or are we
I'll
now...
say this is conversation mode, so the party can talk.
Okay.
Unless Kirv wants to attack the swarm that's in front of her.
No. Honestly, I was going to take a couple steps back and drag Mortar with me before Mortar does something very, very stupid.
That's fair. That is
Well,
fair.
the fact that Kirv is having to control Mortar is impressive.
It's a sight to behold. Okay.
Oh,
Except you're in the other room, so you can't.
Yeah.
no. Okay, no, I will turn around and be like, okay, we will register. The one that's just left, is he allowed to come down as he carries some of my stuff? Which isn't a lie, he does carry some of my stuff. He has my bedroll.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Come on, please be like, yes! 18!
The ward is permitted.
Was that no one is permitted, or the one is permitted?
The ward
The
is
ward.
permitted.
Oh, okay, thank you. Is he okay to come through this room, or do we have to seek another route down?
Seek another route.
Okay, I will nod my head in respect, and I think we should leave and head down then. And I'll head out the room as soon as I can get out. Thank you for your time.
What were they saying? What? Oh, okay,
We need
we'll
to...
chat in a second.
I am telling you what they're saying as it's going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We need to leave, as I think this is a room of respect for them. We need to
At
find
this
another room
point-
down.
At this point, Damian, there's a moment of sudden change as you feel the locate objects disappear. But it's no longer... But your spell hasn't ended, as if it's shifted, moved, or gone outside of the range.
Okay.
I will say there are, from knowing the spell, there are certain things that can block it in terms of
Right.
this. So certain magic can be used to block it, certain effects can be used to block it, certain materials block it.
Yes.
So in this
Yes,
instance,
that's
you
something
suddenly get the feeling of something's changed in this moment. As that happens, you watch as one of the Overminds otherwise turns to the moment and it stares at the other one for a moment before the two of them otherwise hover off, passing past you two and moving in and down through the grate into the area below.
Okay.
The swarms dissipate and go off their own way as well.
Right, yeah.
Well, don't we just love diplomacy, folks?
Well, that could have gone so much worse. I guess we've got to go down and register.
I didn't spot any stairs. I don't suppose they left the grate open for us.
No, the grate closes
don't-
after they go through.
I'm gonna guess it's back from where Mortar was put through that door. Maybe there's another route down.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I don't
Well,
want to
down
anger
is-
these people.
Down is where we wanted to go anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, I felt that the person we're looking for was below us, but they just vanished. But my spell's not ended, so I'm not sure what's happened there.
Mm. I mean, with the electric that's going on here and a lot of metal, it could just be disguising it or cloaking it.
But
Which
it
case they're
didn't
probably still
occur
down
as
there.
soon as we arrived. It's literally just happened now.
They could be progressing down at the same time we're trying to.
But
Alternatively, if
they'd
they did,
have to be a long distance down. They'd have to have like dropped off the bridge.
Not necessarily. If there's like a material that can block it, say there's a floor that's lined with a metal plate that charges these guys. That
True,
could
that
potentially
could
interfere.
have occurred. There could have been.
well, if that's
some-
the case, they're
yeah.
probably still not far from where we are now. So we should.
Mhm.
Let's go down.
head out.
Yeah.
As we go into the room, I will say to Romulus, if anything happens, you're my ward. You carry my stuff.
Understood.
It's the permission that we got for you to be able to come with.
I'm gonna look.
I
at
really don't
Kirv.
like these magic racists, but all right.
I'm gonna look at Kirv and Mortar and say, "Can either of you cast spells?"
Can I
Kirv?
cast
Can?
spells?
I-
I'm
Mortar
still in
laughs
the
the same.
form of I'm still Mortar with a dunce cap. I believe I haven't changed that, right?
No,
Yeah.
that hasn't changed. That's still a thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. In that case, Damian's literally saying, "Mortar and Mortar. Can
Mortar.
either of you cast spells?"
Mortar can cast spells. Yeah.
Again, I can
Mortar
cast
can't cast
rituals.
spells.
Fuck you. I do magic too, you know.
So Mortar
there.
wearing a
All
dunce hat is going to have to be left up here alone.
No, he cast. Well, can't he?
They
Yeah,
can
more-
both
They can
cast
both
magic.
cast.
Yeah.
I'm the one.
Oh,
magic
right.
mister.
That's all I was asking. I wanted a simple
We
answer.
told you multiple times.
I'm
Right.
disguised as Mortar. I have done a spell to look like this.
Magic
So
Yeah,
spell,
yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. And the other
Okay, then.
Mortar is yes, he can.
Let's head down. Let's go the way that Mortar come, and if anyone asks, we're registering.
Okay, well, I
I'll
guess
let
I
you
should.
go first.
I'll lead and you follow because you actually spoke to them. I'm assuming you can have comprehend languages for a little bit of time.
An hour.
Okay. Heading through,
Oh, that's fine.
you can see, as you're otherwise entering the corridor, you can see a doorway where the others had come through, seemingly, and what looks to be a doorway with a red sigil to your right.
Ooh, this is a different door. Do you think this might mean it's like an office where we can register?
Don't know. Have a look.
Okay, Damian's gonna do something stupid and touch it.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Right, I think that door might be locked then. Maybe we've got to register first. Okay. I'm gonna keep going down the corridor.
Okay, I will look for the receptionist.
Okay.
Oh god, this is beginning to remind me of like being in a hospital or something. There's like loads of corridors.
Yeah. You can see the corridor keeps going down.
Got to follow the
Okay.
green line.
What's that?
Okay. I'll say
Yeah.
continuing down. You can see that there is another doorway to your immediate right that is a red doorway. And a
Okay.
yellow door.
Well,
Should we follow the yellow brick road or the orange brick road?
well, by process of
It's not
elimination, I
orange.
think the only road we can follow is the Lello.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
touch the yellow door. Oh,
Ah, my
Ah.
crows are dead.
They died.
Ah!
That's what 1 HP will do to you.
Did you know Philip just get drunk? Just get drunk and die.
where did the orbs tell you that we had to go to register?
We've got to go downstairs to register.
And these
Before we
stairs
can
lead
go
down.
back upstairs into this room. Okay, that's a bit weird. Okay.
I don't know if we can go into that room. That room seems sacred to them.
Oh. Okay.
And I don't think we should irritate them.
No. Okay, I guess I head to these stairs and expect the next level to suddenly just magically start appearing in another window.
Cool.
Okay, it does. As you head down, you enter into this room below. You can see that the room, much like the ones prior, have all been adorned with these crystals. You can see that the crystals are growing and producing a bright light as you exit the stairwell. You can see what looks to quite happily be a kind of relatively open room. Ah, didn't mean to do that. I need that one. Shrink. You saw nothing.
I saw nothing.
You saw nothing.
There's just a wall here.
Yep. There's just a wall there that you need to know about. And you can see that the
Void.
hallway beyond leads elsewhere. Actually, it'd be well enough lit that you'd be able to see what's going on.
It didn't specify how far down we had to go.
We just keep checking in yellow rooms until we find a reception.
Okay.
You can see that there's a yellow doorway here and a set of stairs leading down. Okay.
I feel like the receptionist would be relatively
That's all right.
close to the top.
Yeah, one of the entrances.
So, I mean,
door.
This feels a nice central door.
Yeah.
Let's try this one.
Okay.
It's worth a try.
Placing
Let's
your
see what the
hand,
orbs work.
placing your hand on the door, you watch as the massive chamber beyond is revealed to you. As you otherwise have a look in, you can see at either end of this otherwise gargantuan hallway what looks to be two massive thrones, upon which you see two very heavy metallic constructs sit, a hilt at their side, no blade, just a hilt at their side, as they otherwise sit there staring at one another. You see more of these crystalline housings on the walls here, of which, as you can now see them at this level, they aren't reflective, and you can see through them onto the interior, where you can see on each of these sides 4 overmines on each and 2 sets of swarms per side.
Sounds like pain if we make them hostile.
The glyphs below the chairs are emitting a very heavy and strong magic that even you, Romulus, can pick up on.
Okay.
Ruh-roh.
Have we attracted the attention of anything in here yet?
They haven't seemed to have, no. The constructs remain
Yeah.
staring at one another.
Cat or Vinny, or both of you together, could you communicate with these guys and say we just want to register?
I will again, I'll be very respectful. I'll bow my head to the thing. It's like, excuse me, I don't know if you can hear me. How do I register?
You approaching it? Are you staying there?
I
or-
will approach, but
Okay.
not like intrusively.
Okay. You otherwise kind of step up and bow and kind of ask that question, to which it speaks back in the language which you do not understand, but can because of comprehend languages, as it speaks back in less of a robotic tone. Do you need assistance, citizen?
I'm looking for the place to register. I was instructed that we need to register, and I'm trying to locate where that is.
Registering property or registering self?
Registering self
That is below.
and my ward. Okay. I'll gesture to the door here. Is this way, or is it back out and down the next stairs?
Registering property is on this floor. Registering self is below.
Okay. Thank you very much. I will turn back round, bow my head before I go, and
Are
we've
you-
got to go down another floor.
What did
Read
it?
them.
I just want to check before I ask the question, Cat. Did you relay any of that, or did you just?
I had a quick conversation as I come back over. I'll be relaying. It's
Okay.
Registering property is this floor. Registering self, which is us, down below.
Registering property.
As you otherwise kind of turn to leave, the other one stands for a moment, and you watch as it otherwise kind of walks towards your troop and turns and faces you and looks down, Damian, to which it says, you can't understand it, but Vinny and Cat can, as it says, Are you associated with the others?
I look at Vinny and Cat.
I say, I'll repeat what he's saying.
I think others means us. I don't really know though.
The others? Wait, plural?
He's asking for clarification. I'll address this to the
Are you with the others who have come to register?
Is that us party, or was there a party before us?
There's a moment of hesitation as it otherwise thinks and turns, and you watch as one of the overminds pulls free from the socket on the wall, otherwise floats over and sockets itself in the back of this large construct. As you hear this click sound, you watch as its entire body is electrified, and in that moment it looks back and otherwise says, in a manner that you can hear now, Damian,
Oh.
the others below. They arrived before you. You wear the same crest.
Bear with me. How did you phrase the initial question again?
Are you associated with the others?
Oh, crap. Oh no. That puts me in a nice dilemma.
I mean, I yes.
Yes, but if I say yes, is that going to be bad? Rolls
We
die.
can't know. We cannot know.
I mean,
I mean, they already let the others in, so I imagine they don't have a big gripe against your lot.
yeah, but that doesn't mean that the others haven't necessarily turned around and said, and if anybody like us just turns up the same crest,
Okay.
just dispose of them.
Perhaps avail yourselves of one of the few benefits of this world we're in. It's known as an insight check.
If you want to, go ahead and make me an insight check. The DC is high because it is a construct talking to you.
Ooh. Now none of the rest of the party know much else. Only Mortar does. Is Mortar within earshot?
Mortar won't be
I'll
able to-
say Mortar is within earshot, but he, Romulus and Kirv, cannot hear what this thing is saying.
Right, okay, fair enough.
As
Neither of you guys...
Cat and Vinny, you can understand
Wait.
it. But Damian...
I
Cat, you know about the person I'm after because you've seen the person I'm after. You understand kind of what they're saying, surely?
Okay, can
Cat,
I give
memory?
him help with insight?
Sure.
That's what I'm wondering.
I'll say,
give
actually,
him
no,
the
I'll
help
say
action.
not help action. You two make 2 separate rolls here.
Oh, sweet
Okay.
Jesus. I've got a negative to insight.
This is insight. Bear with me, I'm just going to actually look at insight.
Alright then, let's see how
Okay.
this is gonna go. Okay, 16. That's really good for Cat.
And an 11.
You honestly don't know whether it's good or bad to answer yes or no to this thing.
Okay, I think Damian's going to go with his normal policy regardless. I am associated? I understand you now.
You watch as it otherwise looks down at you and then turns to look at you, Cat. Are you associated with this one? Gesturing to Damian.
I am associated with this one. He's part of my party. My family.
Okay, it turns to look at you, Vinny. Are you associated with this one?
I'm associated with him, yes. No idea about the people downstairs.
Clarify, please.
Well, we came here looking for someone, but I don't really know much about them.
I'm a visitor.
I know. Pat Damian on the shoulder. Damian's a good friend of mine.
So you are not directly associated with those below, just through proximity.
I mean, a friend of a friend is a
Yes,
friend.
that's
I
accurate.
will nod, but he's not asking me, so.
Yeah.
Okay. To which it will then look at Damian and then look back at the rest. The rest of you shall be spared then. And you watch as his hilt ignites. Again,
Wonderful.
I'm going to ask everyone to roll for initiative again.
To clarify,
I knew that was going to happen.
Damian is the one who's going to be murdered now.
Yes.
Currently, unless you guys intervene. I will say Mortar will intervene. Now,
Yeah.
just for reference,
Oh, what the ever living?
I am going to say, Damian, you can very truthfully state, you asked me if I was associated with them. You did not ask the nature of that association. I am here to locate them.
oh yeah, but I still got a round of combat to make attacks.
I know.
Exactly.
I'm just
It's a
saying.
bit like in
there
your
is-
situation in the last time.
Yeah, don't worry.
No, you're right. That's pretty much what I'm going to probably do because it's a case of, wait, no, don't be hostile towards me. I'm hostile to them.
Do we still have that +3?
Well, you're within 10 feet of Damian, yeah.
Yay!
You're Romulus, you were back there. You still get it, but you're back there.
Sorry. I with the hearing the panic I was going to be like coming forward to protect.
Right,
You know.
which ones do I need for this? I will need these. I need a second one of these. I need Overminds. And we get 2 more. Oh wait, no, there's 4 Overminds per. Okay, hold on. Just copy and paste more of these. Okay.
This is
Right,
an
so-
army.
I was about to say, Damian is just casually wanting to get a word in edgeways, rolls really badly on initiative, gets killed, and no, that's it.
So these ones are technically here in the wall, but for the time
I
being, they're gonna be
completely
waiting.
forgot to actually roll for my initiative, assuming it's a different initiative than last time.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
it is.
I haven't done it yet.
Actually,
Fine.
no, that one is attached to that one.
We'll ignore the one that's on the right. I didn't actually mean to roll that.
It's alright. I mean, you'll be telling me
You
these
can tell.
rolls in a moment.
Oh my god.
It could be worse. Could be a hell of a lot better. Probably going to die before I get a chance to speak.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, excuse me.
Your friends are not good friends. Just gonna bring that up.
No, they're not.
Which friends?
Well, the ones that aren't friends that are down there.
Okay.
I'd have
I mean,
a look
then
in my
they're not your friends, and you told them
Yeah,
that you were
that's
friends with them. So you know, that's kind of on you.
I haven't said that I'm friends with them. I said I'm associated with them.
Okay, fair, but still.
That's a difference. It's just that these, unfortunately, are unthinking robots that just put 2 and 2 together and get free.
Well, we can clear this up, hopefully.
If I survive.
We got actions and stuff first.
Yeah.
So...
Hopefully, me and Vinny might be able to delay them until you can actually talk. By me and Vinny, because I rolled ass. I got an
let's see.
8. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure for any.
All on you.
Just don't roll in that one again.
It's okay. They're not attacking me. They're attacking Damian. So
Yeah, it's fine. I've got some health points that can absorb a little.
Okay.
Probably not much.
I'm going to start with rolling mortars so that I know roughly where he is in initiative, because I know that he will be shooting this thing the moment it takes a swing at Damian. He's going to hold his action to shoot it.
No.
Because I asked him what Mortar would
that makes
do, and
sense.
he said that Mortar will defend Damian if Damian is attacked. So
Oh no.
So
That's not good.
Mortar's got a 16. Alright, 25 to 20.
22.
22 on Vinny. Okay. 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
14.
13.
14 on Kirv. 13 on Damian. 10 to 5.
5.
Sorry, I need to be right back. 1 second.
That's alright. I've still got to roll initiative for all these, see where they come in this.
it's not.
Okay. Overmind 1, got that. Overmind 2, got that. Overmind 3, got that. Knight 1, got that. Okay. Knight 2, that's cocked. It's about to be the same roll though. No. Arc Swarm 1, got that. Arc Swarm 2. got that. Arc Swarm 3, got that. Wonderful. So I'm just going to do the initiative tracker on here because that's a lot easier. So Vinny will be going first, followed by... Who would have next? Then we would go to Arc Swarm 1. 19. Then we've... Oh no, sorry. My apologies. We have Overmind 2 goes there. Then we have Arc Swarm 1, followed by Knight 1, which is the one that's standing and boosted. Wonderful. Followed by Mortar, followed by... Who's got next? Arc Swarm 2. 14 is Kirv. 13 is Damian.
I am so dead.
That is a lot of guys before.
Oh, actually,
Oh, well, never mind.
Overmind 1 goes before Damian. Then that's Damian on 13. Then we move to near single digits. Arc Swarm 3. Oh, I got those two the wrong way around. Whoops. Arc Swarm 3.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
8 we have Cat, and then the Knight. Then we have Romulus, and and then finally is Overmind 3. So Vinny, at the top of the initiative order, you begin to hear as all of the defense systems begin to come online in this area. You behold this plasma energy blade begin to erupt from the hilt of this knight-like creature. And as it otherwise holds the blade there, you can see and hear the crackling of lightning and flame as it engulfs where the blade would be. As the creature stands there, there is a moment of... You either need to run or bring peace to this situation quickly, or the number of enemies is going to tear your party apart. What would you like to do?
Okay. Does it look like Damian is trying to say something?
He will on his turn.
I've got no idea.
Okay, please don't fuck this up. I'm gonna try and use my action to push Damian back. Like here, and then move into his space.
Okay. Just going to double check how this works. Yeah, no, it wouldn't prompt because it's not an opportunity attack. So yeah.
Right, and I move in front of him with my arms spread, still with comprehend languages up. Wait. We didn't come here to cause any problems for you. Look, please just let my friend talk. Hear him out. I'll translate everything he has to say.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, clenching. Clenching.
Be clenching.
Total?
Total 26.
6. The Steel Arc Knight that otherwise stands there looking down in this moment, otherwise its head kind of snaps up looking at Damian, then looks back down at you. And you watch as there's a moment of recognition as it turns its head towards Cat, and you watch as it plants its blade into the ground and kneels down to Cat's height. It will say what it needs to say on its turn. Over the other Overmind, this one is going to connect with this Arc Steel Knight, and this one, as it's otherwise going to fly over, is going to hold its action. As you watch as there is magic crackling and surging around it and into the stone around below it, you sense that it's got some kind of line-based spell going on to be ready to shoot down this corridor, perhaps. End of its go, the Arcmite swarms are going to move into position to block off the exit, as they move into here and begin to form a wall of metal and swarming insects. And it's now the knight's turn as it turns to you, Cat. Grant me your spell focus, so I may adhere to the law. And it places its hand, its hand out towards you. You may use your reaction to give it Zechania temporarily.
That is only going to end horrifically.
Maybe offer it, but explain the difficulties therein.
Do you wish to use your reaction for this, or do you wish to hold your action? Or use your action when you get to your turn?
I am going to use... Can I use my reaction to ask a question instead of give Zechania?
You may.
Okay. I'm going to ask, what do you plan to do with her?
It looks at you. You are not registered, but she is.
Zechania's registered. Like... Okay, am I allowed to respond to that, or do I wait
That
until
will
my
have to
turn
be
now?
on your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't.
It retains holding its action in that moment. Mortar is going to back up, as he always does, and hold his action to either GTFO or take a shot at this wall to try and break through. The next lot of swarms, or this one, is going to move through and block him off from the rest of you.
Oh, wow.
Kirv,
Oh.
you in this instance feel very trapped. There are two walls of metallic insects blocking passage to your left and your right. There is a knight waiting for confirmation from Cat for some reason. And you note that Vinny is trying to protect Damian. You didn't necessarily witness the previous situation go into the hostility and then non-hostility of it. You just saw Romulus leave and then all of these creatures dissipate. You aren't in full information here. What would you like to do? You can always say you wish to hold your turn until something happens, if that would be a preferred thing you want to do.
Personally, right now, Kirv, I think, is freaking out in a way of hopelessness. And it does still her. So she isn't going to do anything this turn yet.
Okay.
And
Sure.
hold that action.
Okay. As you otherwise hold your action, the blue overminds in this instance, this one is going to move up and begin emitting the same crackling energy through here, as this one is going to prepare a spell, which you see is what looks to be almost this gathering of darkness around it. And this one is going to move over and cast a similar spell of crackling energy through here. Damian.
Do any of these cause harm
Please,
to
okay.
Vinny or Damian?
They are holding their actions of an unknown magic which may or may not look very similarly to lightning bolt. There are currently
Okay, noted.
3 poised in this direction, so keep that in mind.
Okay, how am I going to work this? I might actually have to write this out in my mind just to make sure I say it right.
That's alright. And Kat, you will be up next after whatever Damian does here.
Damn, Chris. Damn.
What?
Ah. Yeah.
Who knew asking for directions could be so dangerous?
The fact that she's registered. Can I just ask, would we have read the book? Because, like, I would have read the book
Which
on
one?
the journey. The book that we brought.
Oh, with the from the one at the beginning room?
No, the book we brought from the magic.
Oh
thing.
yeah, you'd have read that and you know about that. Yeah.
Okay, Damien's gonna look straight up at the knight past Vinny, who's just pushed him back, and say, I am associated with them, but I am seeking them to bring them to justice. I am not with them in their endeavour, nor one with their intentions. Do not harm me.
Okay. Okay.
To the point.
Yep.
Okay. That will end your turn. These ones, in this instance, these two swarms, move into position to shield all of these overminds, and they begin to swarm and form a barrier around this area to prevent pushing through as well. In this instance, as it gets to your turn, Cat, the arm still outheld by this knight. What do you do?
Please, if I give Sychania up, I will lose control. This was a gift from, I can only understand, Lota. And if we part, I have the potential of losing not only my family, but everything, including aggression, here right now. This doesn't just give me the ability to cast. This steals something much more menacing.
It, as its reaction, is going to respond, the lawmakers will it. Submit to inspection.
Okay, oh god, right. I will let Sychania rest her head, if she's willing to, on his hand, but I am not gonna let him completely take her. I'm really sorry, guys, but
Okay.
this is Cat's family.
You place Sychania's head on his palm. As this happens, you watch as there is a electric charge which shoots through Sychania and into you in that moment. You feel this connection, and it doesn't hurt in this moment, but you feel your memories read. All of them. Every one from birth till now. And in that moment, as it withdraws its hand, it stands, turns to you, Damian. Then as one knight to another, you may proceed. Failure in your task, and you will never leave.
Did he let go of Sychania?
He lets go of Sychania, and in that moment you feel Sychania was not disconnected from you at all in that moment. The creature was under control. And in that moment, as it turns to leave, you watch as everything around you, all of the constructs, freeze in place instantly. Before you hear one voice ring through. Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Knight,
Is
turn
this in
around.
common?
And you watch as the Steel Arc Knight turns around and faces you. Ah! You do carry her. Interesting. You're not the original owner, are you?
No, I got her from a ruin.
Makes sense. Continue on as you were. Just know that after you've registered, things will go back to being hostile, for reasons I cannot fully divulge.
So we've got to fight.
No, not
The
these
cool-
ones, just the ones below.
Okay, and who are we talking to?
You're currently talking to the architect.
Oh. Are you here?
Sort of. I'll explain more when you get below. I presume Max informed you of me?
Max. From the Giant's Fortress.
Yeah, he was your first trial. Please tell me he told you all the instructions.
He didn't give me, he just told me there were other trials. He didn't.
When you saw Max, what did he look like?
A rabbit.
Fucking druids.
Are we all hearing this conversation?
Yes, you are. You are all hearing this conversation as he says this.
Then Vinny is standing
Do I
against the
still
wall,
have
banging his head
1,000
against it.
bugs on me?
The bugs have all frozen in place and time, and you just kind of hear Mortar go, "Guys," from behind the other side.
I'm just gonna say, Mortar, just don't shoot anything right now. Things seem to be going well. Just, we'll let you know when to start firing.
All right. What did you say, Vinny?
So,
On hearing this bit about Max, Vinny is standing against the wall, banging his head against it.
There's a beetle in my nose.
so, do you have a name other than the architect?
The architect is my name. If Max didn't tell you anything, then know that your next trial is to make it through Zaker's lay bridge to me.
Okay.
Once you've registered at the door below,
Mm-hmm.
proceed from there.
Right. Okay. And if we
Trial?
harm these, they're not alive, are they?
Sort of. Their sentience all connected to me. I didn't
Okay,
realise
so-
it was you until you showed up with, well, your focus.
Cychania.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay. All right. Well, we will head down and register and hopefully see you soon.
Wonderful.
Cat, you have to fill me in on a few bits here. Who's Max? How do you know this architect? And trials? Why are you doing trials?
Max is Max. He's Max. He
Thanks,
was
that clarifies things.
Money
one-
that exploded.
yeah. He kind of exploded.
Wait, Max exploded?
let's- Max, well, the rabbit exploded. We found his skull deep under the fortress. His actual physical.
Fine. Anyway,
Sorry if you didn't know.
Well, we will see you soon and we can catch up in person, hopefully. Let's start heading down, and I'm gonna just fill Damian in.
that's quite alright. Oh, and by the way, feel free to explore. There might be some of your focus's old master's items around here somewhere.
Oh, master.
Don't ask me his
Okay.
name. I'll search through the data bank. I might be able to tell you when you get here.
Please don't be related to me. Please don't be
Okay.
related to me.
No, he wasn't he wasn't a Minotaur.
Oh, thank
That doesn't mean anything. Romulus can be adopted.
That's true. He's more related to you.
To me?
I mean, you're human. He was too.
Hmm.
And you wear his old colours.
Oh. Oh.
Sorry, is that
Okay.
part of the trial or just a coincidence?
No, most likely a coincidence. He didn't wear them the same as you. He just wore robes instead of armour, but same colours. He liked his blues and yellows.
Oh, okay. Well, it's nice to
Huh.
meet you. We'll head down, register, and be with you soon, hopefully.
Excellent. Don't get yourself too hurt. Like I said, they'll turn hostile once you reach the end. Once you've registered.
Okay. Well, thank you for the heads up. At least we can now prepare. You take care, and we'll see you soon.
Of course.
No. I'll
Wait.
walk
Cat,
out.
what will become hostile once we've registered?
the constructs.
Wait, but they asked us to register.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna have to fight our way through, I'm afraid.
But we're going down anyway.
I'm gonna be telling this to everyone after
Yep.
we've registered. We're gonna have to fight our way through. I'll go look at Romulus. Apparently, this is part of my trail. Oh, you heard anyway. It's in common.
Yeah.
Remind me, what exactly is it you get out of completing this trial?
Well, last time Zaker got a little bit stronger, I had more control over her, and she's got spines.
Okay. Well, the voice said to look around, right?
Mm.
Because we're looking for stuff someone else used to have?
Apparently an old master. The person who wielded Zaker before me?
Well, if it's stuff we're looking for, the way to register items is that way. Thank you, Mute Romulus.
Well, we can
Oh shit. Right. Well,
we can go. I mean, we can go down and have a look.
I mean, it's your trial, it's your call, but
No, yeah, we'll go down. Thinking back to last time we did and completed the trial, the entire everything collapsed. Oh, does this mean Zaker's gonna collapse? That'd be funny.
That would be impressive.
Just Zaker's collapsed cat standing there. Oops.
Well, welcome to the ID Hills. There's no easy way getting out there.
Okay. We'll head down then and check out the rooms down here.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to check out the rooms down here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Does that mean we're like tiptoeing around loads of like frozen?
Oh, no. They all returned to their positions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have one
Kirv will
job. And
be
they want to-
hesitantly behind.
I'll say Mortar will be also hesitantly behind. As you
All
place
there.
your hand on the door, it opens, and you can see what looks to be a desk beyond. A magnifying glass, what looks to be kind of a ink bottle, of what looks to be kind of a... From what you can tell, it shines a little bit golden, so it's not your typical coloured ink. And you can see a quill otherwise set into it. The quill itself seems to be not wholly from a bird feather. It seems to be of
Okay.
a own unique design. You see papers on the table and what looks to be a ledger to one side. Along with, to one side, on the right hand side, a door that is marked with orange, and on the other side, a door that is marked with yellow.
Okay, I am going to collect the stuff, make sure that a stopper is put, even if I have to take the stopper from an empty flask that I've got, in the ink, and I'm going to wrap the feather and put that in my bag too.
Okay.
And then I am going to go over to this door, and I'm going to rest Zaker against it. Does anything happen?
No.
I don't understand how these doors work.
Did you want me to open this one?
Sure. Can I make an intelligence check to see if I can work out what's up with this door?
Go for it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Suddenly I'm like, excellent. More magic.
Vinny, do you ever feel like
Oh, yes!
sometimes we get involved in some weird shit?
Intelligence, that is a 29.
29.
Oh.
You look at this door and you go, I don't have the authority. Zaker doesn't. Then you look at Zaker's colour, which is red, and you remember 2 red doors on the floor above.
Oh.
Oh.
And you suddenly realise that you might have clearance to go through red doors.
Okay, but not orange doors.
No.
Okay. Then I'm going to head over to Damian. What's going on in here?
In here, you can see what looks to be a kind of sigil on the floor of some kind. It's faded a little bit, and you can see the 2 crystals on either side, one containing what looks to be an overmind, and the other one containing a swarm of arc beetles.
Okay.
I'll be honest, it looks like some crazy occult shit.
Are
Well,
are we getting involved in weird shit, or is weird shit getting involved in us?
look,
I don't
sounds
know.
like
I am a man recently into middle age, and I've suddenly got a child, and I'm involved in a semi-mythical inheritance race / battle.
Scandal. Yep.
And Damian just shows up, and apparently his, I don't know, ex or something is going about the place dealing with spicy robots. And look, sometimes you've just got to take a deep breath and roll with the punches.
Okay, I'm gonna go in. Can I make a check to work out what this is, the purpose of it, its nature?
Go ahead and roll me an
Underneath-
Arcana check.
Oh! It just dawned on me that's the room that we were all looking at upstairs. Cool.
Yes.
I'm gonna make an Arcana check.
Go for it.
Cool.
Welcome, Dan.
Can I do the
Or
same?
should I say Mortar? Yeah, go for it. You can make an Arcana check.
I've got a nat 20 already, so I'm probably gonna get bad now.
It's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
12.
That's a 5.
Actually, can I use my Tides of Cap?
You can.
Oh shit.
Much better.
That's 23.
As
Better than my 5.
Damien, you have no idea what this is. It's a magical rune on the ground. It's wizardry stuff. You're not wizardry. You're
Some
paladin.
weird occult shit.
Kat, as a specialist in the school of as a specialist who understands about conjuration magic, you look down at this and recognize conjuration magic when you see one. This, however, is more set up for item transportation from A to B. So you can step on this without worrying about what it is, but it won't have any effect on you. If you were to put an item on top of it, however, and pull the lever, something might happen.
Huh. Okay. This is item transformation. Okay. Transportation.
Wait, item transportation?
I think it sends something somewhere. Does it look like if I pull the lever, will it receive or will it send?
You don't know.
Don't
Kat,
know.
Before you do anything, did you just say item transportation?
Yes.
Okay, and they've gone downstairs. We don't know how recently, but recently enough. Okay.
I mean, your locate
Interesting.
object should have given you a pretty rough location of where they were when they left.
So we were in. Bear with me. We were in.
You were in here, and it was
and
nearly
it was
directly
near enough
down.
directly beneath.
Yep.
Which would be somewhere like here or here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was in here when it
disappeared.
vanished.
Yep, and it was coming from a downward and a rightward direction.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Not
right.
quite,
To
unfortunately.
clarify, rightward from looking at
Where
this.
I was facing
Yes,
that way.
So
that way.
Here, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's suggesting either here or down lower somewhere.
Probably down lower. Okay,
So-
that's fine.
What we'll
Right,
do is we'll take.
I'm-
I was going to say we'll take a quick
Okay.
break here so that people can plan what they might want to do, and I'll keep Mortar up to speed on what's happened so far.
I'm gonna grab some snacks.
Yep. So we'll grab a snack to drink. So Mortar, here's what happened.
Hey buddy, how you doing?
Oh, you're very far
You're a
away
little
from your
quiet.
mic.
Oh, sorry. I was a little bit away from. I was just getting my notepad.
Okay. So
Okay.
here's what you need to know. You were quiet when after the whole thing with you and Romulus. You went into the next room. Romulus stole some magical steel. Went into the room above that.
So,
Managed to reconstruct a sentient robot of some form. It then attacked because Romulus had stolen the metal. The party managed to peacefully deal with it and then left. The party went downstairs, made it to here, asked some giant robot knights for directions. Giant robots knights realized that Damian may or may not be associated with somebody who you are currently chasing. As a result, questioned him. There was a little bit of miscommunication, but thankfully the party did well in diplomacy, otherwise things would have gone very nastily. For reference, you were looking at the casting of 4 lightning bolts, 1 darkness spell, and 2 lots of arcane shackles, as well as everybody getting attacked all at once. Everybody had held actions. Thankfully, diplomacy went well. You then also learn of a person called Max who turned into a rabbit that exploded, and that he is somehow connected to a person known as the Architect who owns this place for some reason, or works here or something, you're not entirely sure. And that once you are registered as magic users and you go through the registration stuff below, all of the robots will turn hostile for no descript reason other than they have to. Oh, you're quite quiet still, sorry.
Sorry. I just moved away from my my laptop in order to get my actual notepad. My first one was a dud. So, the Architect, do we know if he has a outright connection to Leo, or is that unresolved?
That's unknown. The only connection there seems to be with the Architect is that they are somehow connected to Cat and to do with trials.
Interesting. So what the guards did previous session could potentially have tied them into whatever's going on there. Like there's some kind of connection to Cat there.
Possibly. You're not entirely sure.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, cool. All right then. And where are we currently? Like, what's the situation?
Currently, you are on the 2nd floor of the dungeon map so far, and
Beautiful.
you
It might
have...
actually help if I open Tabletop Simulator.
You're on the 2nd dungeon
That
floor.
might help.
You have been encouraged to explore a little bit, and you have been otherwise sent on your way to go and get yourself registered to deal with the individuals in question. You've also been told that if you do not deal with the individuals, you will not be allowed to leave.
Interesting. As in imprisonment or death?
It wasn't clarified.
Okay, alright, well, I have an active imagination, so I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Alright. And while everyone's getting ready,
Oh, by the way, everyone.
Yes. You say your hellos, I am going to quickly be right back. I won't be long.
Greetings.
So,
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Can I get someone to
yeah,
come with
okay.
me? Quickly run upstairs. I'm just going to run up there and check that room.
I mean, I'm happy to. If there's somewhere you guys want me to be, or I'm not really sure. I'm kind of diving in deep in.
I mean, Damian's happy to leave like the rest of the party like here with some hold music going on as they're like just waiting to go down the next floor, and I'm happy to go up with you and. Well,
should
I
just
will
check
probably.
that one room.
I'll be honest. I probably.
Can access it.
I've got a funny feeling I won't be able to go in, but I can at least like stand guard. But yeah, I would happily accompany you because I mean you're accompanying me around places at the moment.
Could I potentially have like an RP moment with Cat? Is that possible? Like based on kind of the events of the previous session? I think that there's.
You can do.
Yeah. Okay. Do we need to wait for Chris for that? Or...
Chris's internet is going to have died.
Probably.
Oh, okay. That's. Yeah, I was gonna say I got disconnected too.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it would make sense that if I accompanied Cat, you'd probably come with me. Maybe would that work?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I dare say if you came, then Romulus would come.
Oh no!
Okay.
Yeah,
People
without
disconnected
a
from
doubt,
tabletop?
Yeah.
Just from. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Just going to transition back to this real quick. I don't know why tabletop did that. I'm just going to quickly... I'm not going to be able to quick save in time, am I? Why has it done that?
Yeah, but I just want to run up and check out that room.
Is it a Steam problem?
Well,
I mean, I'm still
back to the main
says you're
screen,
online.
so
Yeah, it says I'm
in
online.
tabletop.
Okay. Well, for the time being, while tabletop is reloading, we're going to be using this screen for the time being, so use your imaginations, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, just while tabletop finishes crashing so that I can reload it. So. Oh. Open this back up. And loading. There we go. Right. Go back up. Do that, do that, do that. Alright, and we're back. So, who wanted to do what, sorry?
So I want to head up to that room that's upstairs that I potentially have access to.
Okay.
Yeah. I will accompany. It sounds like Morto will accompany me, and Harlan's
think
not
if-
currently here, but we think Romulus will probably accompany as well.
I was going to say, I feel like if I come with, Romulus will come with. Do we feel like that is too big a group to go up there? Do we just want a small...
I'm literally just going to run up there and check out what's in the room.
Oh, okay.
We might not be able to go in anyway.
Oh, fair enough. All right then. Yeah, I'll accompany. What the hell?
Okay. Heading up, Vinny and Kirv, the two of you are left downstairs for the time being. Having fun with Filch and Eugene. As you otherwise have a look into the room, Cat. You open the door to what looks to be a office of some form. You place your hand on the exterior of the stone door, and with the red markings, the door opens. And you can see a office or bedroom. You can see a well-made bed off to one corner, a lounging seat next to you, a wardrobe in one corner, and a large stone desk in the other. A book and 2 scrolls laid upon it, along with a crystal lamp that seems to be illuminating the majority of the room.
Okay. I'm going to go in, and as I walk in, I'm going to ask Chania, do you remember any of this?
So Cheney otherwise looks at you and just seems confused.
Can Damian follow is the question I ask.
Okay. As you step into the doorway remains open, provided Cat is present.
Okay,
So
interesting.
all of you are able to go through, provided Cat has opened the door and you all went through in time.
I'm going to look at the book. I'm going to take the scrolls. I'm also going to take that lantern.
Okay. As you go over and pick up the pot with the crystal in it, it is surprisingly heavy.
Oh. Oof.
If you wish to carry this, it is £80.
Nope. I need Theurgist with me to be able to carry that.
Romulus is still currently away, but he's got like £200 to spare.
You can.
I'm gonna leave the lamp for a minute until.
Okay.
I'm gonna check under the desk, under the beds, pillow, etc., and I'm gonna check this cupboard.
Okay. Checking around, you kind of check in the bed. There's nothing underneath the bed. It's very clean. There's no dust. There's no anything. The desk as well. There's nothing underneath it. There are a few drawers which you can, as you otherwise pull the drawers, they aren't locked by any means. As you pull them out, you can see there are a few books otherwise tucked inside, and you move over to the other one, and you can see there's a few what look to be kind of almost writing implements of some form. Not quite quills and not quite pencils, but something in between.
Back.
Okay, I'm literally looting like a mother trucker here.
Okay.
I am taking books and all sorts.
Okay. Okay.
I've raised a kleptomaniac.
Yeah, well, this is your own
I'm
fault.
so proud.
Well, I inherited this. This is mine. I have the right. How many from the drawers?
You don't know whose room this is.
What do you mean this is yours?
2 books and 2 books and what look to be 3 pens.
3 pens. Okay. Right, and I'm gonna go check the wardrobe, cupboard, drawers, whatever.
Yeah, checking the wardrobe, you open it up and you can see what look to be several sets of robes on the inside. None of them will fit you.
Crazy. Okay, I will head down.
Do you take the book and the scrolls on the table on the desk as well?
Yeah, I've taken the.
Okay.
I've got the book, the 2 scrolls, the 2 other books, the 3 pens.
Okay. You place your hand on this particular door and it opens, revealing another such room with more writing implements, more books, and more of everything.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat.
Okay.
Repeat.
You loot 3 scrolls, 6 books, 3 3 quills, and an ink. For reference, each book weighs £5.
Yeah. I'm gonna have 3 scrolls, 6 books, ink. Is it normal ink or magical ink?
From what you can tell, it seems to be magical ink.
Okay, roughly what's the
useful.
value of?
You are unsure.
Okay. Alright, magical ink. Okay, I'll have to work that out later. I'm going. Are the quills made of the same thing as the other room?
Not
That I
pens,
took
but
the
they
quill
are
from.
quills. But they're made from, or they're from feathers of a creature you do not recognize.
Yeah, so it's the same quill as the one
Yeah.
that's here. Okay, I'm gonna leave the quills.
Okay.
And the wardrobe, I'm assuming, is just clothing again.
Yeah, same kind of clothing. Yeah, slightly
Okay,
different
this is
fashion
Damian-
and design, but yeah.
Okay.
As
is
Damian's going through both of these, I want to just sort of investigate in general, to see if I pick up anything in either room. Well, cats. Just
I
Go for it.
as we're heading back out, I'd also like to do the same thing, just to glimpse around, see if there's any runes, as runes seem to be tied to Cychania. Is there anything?
Would it be just one roll for both rooms or one for each?
I'll say
can
one
I
room
assist
for
with
both.
that because I've got my own Rooney bullshit.
Yeah. I'll say one roll for you, Damian, and then roll with advantage for Cat here. Give
Okay.
Romulus, since Romulus is helping.
And this is investigation.
Yep.
That's not bad.
That
16.
is 22.
22 on your investigation, Cat. There are no runes around here. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of bits and pieces that you'd find in what looks to be some form of like scribe's den of some form. Notebooks, notepads. Most of the books are otherwise empty. A few of them have writing in them, which, as you go to look through, they are written in that same writing that you can't understand. And with the comprehend languages, you can read through it, but you're going to have comprehend languages up while you're reading these books. So it's going to take a long time to decipher them. Also,
Okay.
I forgot, you need to roll me a wild magic check for your comprehend languages you cast. Nope, you're fine.
Good.
And I'll say, if you want to take the wild magic at this moment, right now, we can give you back your Ties of Chaos.
You know what?
Go ahead and roll me
Sure.
the D100.
Sure. Because I might need it later down the line. In dire situation.
15.
Or I might just explode. Not sure.
Oh, are you missing any health?
No.
Then this does nothing.
Okay.
Don't suppose I could get me in on some of that.
No,
Yeah, I can.
no.
can
Cat, you
biff.
feel strangely invigorated in this moment, but you do not feel like you aren't benefiting from the healing.
Okay. Well. Alright, well, I'm going to take the books and stuff. I'm not going to start reading here. I've got what I've got. We'll head back down then and go and register.
Okay, and Damian, what did you get?
Damian spot anything with a 16?
Looking around the room, you've seen scribes' quarters before in kind of with the arbiters when you've wandered around their stuff. This is the same sort of thing, except it's a lot more glam towards magical individuals.
Right.
Chris,
Mhm.
could I potentially, just before we leave, do a quick ping with my spatial awareness to see if there is anything invisible that may be hiding behind like an illusion, maybe within this room,
Yeah, sure.
within these rooms, just to be on the safe side.
Just going to double check what your spatial awareness can hit here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because you've been interacting with
think-
constructs, so I don't know if it can hit constructs, but I need to double check what exactly it
Gotcha.
hits.
Gotcha. So I'm
Hmm.
not trying scour thoughts. I'm just trying spatial awareness
Yeah.
in order to see through any.
Send your consciousness to sense any creature that is within 30 feet of you that has an intelligence of 4 or more for 10 minutes. Alternatively, yeah, okay. Okay, so in this instance, this will... Yeah, so in this instance, this will ping anything with 4 or more intelligence. Okay. So,
Does that include Jeff?
no, Jeff is not included in this equation.
I can tell you right now that Jeff's intelligence is 2.
Okay.
He is invisible.
Beautiful.
With your spatial awareness, you can pick up anything within 30 feet of you that has an intelligence of 4 or more. In that moment, there you pick up on the constructs. You pick up.
Sorry to interrupt.
Mhm.
But I believe Find Familiar does mean that they automatically have an intelligence of 10 if they do not already have.
But it's
10 or higher.
Jeff.
That's fair. That's entirely fair. Just wanted to make sure that take into account.
I'm not even sure how canonically we got Jeff to be completely dumb. What happened?
Look, when the special awareness goes off, you only sense Filch. You do not sense Eugene. All right.
Fair.
Good to know.
As you're otherwise beginning to pick up on the things around you, you sense the people around you you've been travelling with. You sense that. You sense the familiar of Filch in the area. You sense those downstairs. You sense the overminds downstairs, the spherical constructs that were floating around. You sense, from your current location, you don't sense too much else. I will say that because it lasts 10 minutes and as you are wandering around, you pick up on the knights. Every individual arc insect within the swarm, which is near thousands of consciousnesses that just ping in
That's a headache.
in a moment of seconds. There is a lot of things that are intelligent around here. A lot of things. And as you're otherwise wondering, you begin to pick up on all of them and just how surrounded this place is. That there's a lot of creatures around here.
Could I try? What's that? Sorry.
Out of curiosity, what does he pick up from me? Is it just me?
From Cat, you only pick up the one.
Okay. Oh, sweet. Good.
One.
That doesn't bode well for your intelligence, Cat.
Shut up.
Yeah, you've seen
Takes up such
you've
chain,
seen
haven't
that
you?
Cat has an animated chain, but
Yes,
doesn't
that's
seem
right.
to pick it up.
Interesting. With those guards and stuff outside, based on the interaction I saw last session with where Cat was singled out in a moment of hostility, I'd like to try scour thoughts to see if I can hear any negative intentions towards her,
Okay.
if that's possible.
So this is negative intentions towards her.
Or revolving, or things involving Cat that seem to be more on the negative side, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say for this, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check for this. We'll just see what you pick up here.
Okay.
Also, something else as a general note, which I completely forgot because this is one of your abilities. With your telepathic intrusion ability, you pick up on a lot of psionic signals traveling to and from a lot of the overminds in here, almost like a relay station. One message goes from one to the next to the next, and you're picking up not. Unfortunately, you can't understand the language because it's in this instance it is transmitted in a language you can't understand, but you do pick up on that this is happening.
I'm aware they're being transferred between them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So for my intelligence, that is a 13.
13. Looking, or as you otherwise kind of peer in kind of on Cat to try and see if there are any negative intentions. Cat, are there any negative intentions?
Oh, sorry. I was referring to I was referring to guards. You mentioned there were guards
Oh,
outside.
I see. The guards that are outside would be outside of your range. The guards that you had so far were the knights that are below the constructs that you interacted with.
Okay, yeah, that's all I wanted. Just based on the interaction I saw last time.
Okay.
I don't know Cat that well, and she seems really sweet and also very scary.
That's
Aw, she's not that scary.
She's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm putting it.
Yeah, you don't even know about her crimes.
Oh, I gotta know, dude. I gotta know.
We have a whole document and everything.
Has it been updated since I was away?
Oh,
Any
yes.
update?
I believe,
Nice.
my last count of official crimes was 10. arguably 3 other potential crimes that I would say you could argue for. But 10 was my last count. What are you at, Chris?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
What are the last 2?
Execution of Max.
Right, yeah.
Because she pressed the X in Max and so executed him.
Mm-hmm.
And
only she'd pressed the A, he would have been fine.
And then conspiracy, mutilation, or attempted GBH.
Wow.
Was that as the chompy?
No, I don't know what that one was.
No, because the crimes as chompy don't count.
Oh, was that the time when you cast the spell testicular torsion?
No, I didn't know that spell.
No. For reference, I'll read off the full list so that everyone can be reminded of the crime so far.
Oh yes.
Cat took more of a share from the party. He took 20 gold pieces extra of the share from the reward. Cat killed a rat. Cat mutilated a plant. Cat squashed hundreds of spiders. Cat then proceeded to kill baby spiders.
Yep.
Cat then kidnapped a baby for science or later dissection. I believe that was a spider, but for the purposes I didn't put that in.
Was a baby.
It was a baby that I put in the jar.
Yep. Now this is where the update happens, Jamie, and I can tell. Contemplated murder (Damian).
Alright, yeah.
Because this was the session that you left, and your character Damian went home, and she was like, just elemental destination, blow him up.
I remember you mentioned this shortly after we first spoke.
Cat imprisoned Kirv wrongfully. This was...
that was lock state on her door.
That was lock state on her door, so she couldn't leave her room. Underage drinking when she stole some of Romulus's, was it cruel shot that you had?
Yeah, that really strong drink that annihilated Kirv.
Highly discovered drugs.
Underage drinking.
Oh boy.
And then lying to party members (gaslighting).
Oh wow. Oh damn, I've got Cat read all wrong. Oh my word.
Yeah, Cat is innocent. Like,
Wait, hold on.
He's not innocent.
Very innocent cat.
She's a friggin'
couple
monster,
things.
dude.
We got gaslighting with the lying, and we got gatekeeping with the lock state. Do we have any instances of Cat girl bossing?
Do we count shooting an elemental death laser and crushing a load of monsters?
Destroying an entire camp of
Of dwarves, yeah.
Gaslight gatekeep girl boss, I mean.
Yeah.
Big 3.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, let's stop discussing my
should move
crimes.
on.
Yeah.
Let's
I
just...
love the idea of this. I love the idea of this actually happening with these characters. Like, we're just listing off our crimes, and Mortar's eyes just go wider and wider, just staring at Cat. Like, and you lost your mind at me.
And I'm scurrying down. Let's just go down the next lot of stairs and.
Yeah.
Okay. Vinny and Kirv, did you want to do anything while that was all going on, or no?
I mean, I'd have been taking a look around, but I assume Cat found everything that was of importance down here.
Yeah.
She knows a lot more about magic than me. Just one thing, these are convenience crystals, right?
You look
Or are
at
they
them,
something different?
they're a type. They look organic compared to convenience crystals, which you don't know the method on how they're made, but convenience crystals are a widely created thing. I'd say, Damian, you obviously have more of an experience with this because it's the abbots who maintain them. And the Order of the Crest is very tightly knit with the abbots. But you had a look at them, they look like they're naturally grown. Like the magic, they grow magic. It's strange. I'd say you've seen overgrown convenience crystals, and they have a similar feel to that. If you remember when you were going to the Bevet's Manor at the beginning of the campaign, and there are all those overgrown crystals with the mana beetles. Yeah, those crystals were overgrown, and they have a similar feel to this, but these ones feel almost controlled in that manner. Okay.
Okay.
You head down to the next floor.
Guess we head down.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that looks fun. 2 different directions to go in.
Heading down, you arrive at the bottom of the stairs. Seeing that the room is lit up by a convenience crystal, you have 2 directions to go. You see along the walls of this room, where most of what you've seen so far is smooth stone with kind of the occasional etching to channel natural magic, you look at the walls here and you can see very clear arrows pointing down.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go round. I'm gonna go to that door with the arrows. I'm gonna just open it, see what's going on there.
Okay. Opening the door, you see beyond what looks to be almost like some tables and chairs.
Okay.
As you begin to take in the area. As you do, you note what looks to be a construct on the floor that has been hacked to pieces.
Oh.
And you
Okay.
can see what looks to be kind of crawling over the surface of it are Arkmites, just inspecting the body, it would seem.
Oi.
Well, okay.
Damian, what exactly is this place supposed to be? Because they recognized your crest. I'm just a little bit concerned that you've dragged us into something extremely weird.
They recognize my crest because the person I seek has gone before, and with what I know about what seems to have happened to him, I would guess that he and others might be responsible for the damage done to this construct. That might be why they turned hostile toward me.
Okay. Well, shall we go in, or should we check out that other room first? This looks like to be the room of progress.
Let's quickly check the other room because this doesn't feel like. Oh, is the architect still there? Just randomly speaks to the room.
No, he doesn't respond.
I'm gonna pop my head in the other room then.
Yeah, I'll stay here.
Okay.
What are we peeping in here?
What's the general?
Oh, it's the same
vibe
room.
we're getting? Like,
Sick.
Is everybody kind of on edge at the minute?
Doesn't seem like it, no.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
alright.
just gonna shout over Damian.
Mortar's
Same room.
literally just taking cues from the party at this point because he has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, Kirv is very on edge, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna come in. It's the same room.
Another dead contract.
Okay. As you otherwise
Okay.
head in, the swarms of Arkmites begin to buzz loudly.
We haven't registered yet.
Cat, can you say that we're trying to register? I'm assuming potentially these 2 constructs were the ones who are meant to register themselves.
Okay,
Bugs.
Damian, as you otherwise enter the room, these Arkmites immediately turn to you, and you watch as a lot of them begin buzzing very loudly. Mortar, I'd say at this point you begin to pick up that, this isn't a very welcoming environment. And in this instance, I am going to be asking to roll for initiative because a turn-based order will be very useful here.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Now, previously, you have gotten through all of these encounters without there being any problems. However,
This is more
I will
difficult.
say,
Look at it.
Kat, as you move into this room, you can't see any overminds in sight.
Yeah, I was literally about to say. From what I've seen, there's no consciousness I can communicate with. Here.
Nope.
Who
I would
is
be
going in
coming
the
up
direct?
below Cat, obviously.
So, Mortar, just for reference, or Dan, just for reference, you will get a +3 to your initiative roll because you're within 10 feet of me. Everybody else.
Dude, that is amazing. I rolled like garbage.
I'm gonna say, as they're vibrating a thing, don't hold back. No consciousness here.
And Dan, you can pick up
Now
a
we're
consciousness
talking.
from them, but their consciousness seems to be more automated. The Archmites,
I
unlike
have no qualms about this.
unlike the other consciousnesses which you've sensed so far, who are all connected to a mainframe and seem to be transferring data, these seems to be... They're more the hands that do the work, not the ones that collect the information. And in this instance, they don't seem to be registering you as non-hostile.
I think Mortar is going to look at Damian kind of like, almost as if asking for permission. Like he's like, "Is this fine to shoot?"
Okay.
Based on the way how everybody else acted in the previous session, rightly so.
This and this. Okay, so... Mortar and Kirv, you both get a +3, along with you, Damian. Obviously, I believe yours is incorporated into your initiative, so you get that bonus.
What, sorry?
A +3 to your
Your
initiative,
initiative roll.
in addition to what you otherwise get. So, while I quickly set up the
I'm
encounter...
not in range for that, am I?
no, unfortunately not, no.
Just Kirv.
Alas.
Okay, so we have Archmite Swarms 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what these guys get. Alright, that is... Ooh. Ooh.
Just check as we go. I'm alright to kill these ones, right?
Oh yeah.
Essentially.
These ones, from what Kat has said and from what you can pick up, these ones seem to be natively aggressive because aggression has taken place in this room and they don't know any better.
Yeah. There's no
We're not
reason.
going to get fucked over by any overminds or anything for defending ourselves.
You don't know.
No, because there's none in the room.
But there's none in the room from what you can see. There's none in the room, no.
Even
Okay.
so, would my spatial awareness pick up on that because it would still be up?
30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will say no, you cannot pick up on them. And if there were any in this
Brilliant.
direction, you're struggling past the good 400 minds you're feeling from
Yeah,
these
that makes
swarms.
sense. Yeah, 1,000,000%. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Okay, so 25 to 20.
21.
Beautiful. 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
13. Mortar.
13. 10 to 5.
8.
8 on Kirv.
10.
5 to 0?
4.
Don't ask me about this.
Oh, are you
-2.
below 0?
I rolled a nat 1.
Whoa.
Nice.
Oh.
Romulus, what did you get?
I got 17.
Oh, I did not hear that, I will be honest.
didn't
I
hear
was
that
like, what did you get to be to the point you haven't even answered when Kat said that she got that low?
Sorry.
No,
I,
that's- That's fine.
I must have missed it.
Okay, so...
Harlan rolled an imaginary number.
Yeah. So,
I rolled high.
So, Kirv, what did you say you got?
Rolled on the alphabet.
8.
8. Oh, I did have yours written in. It was
I
just...
was doing
Kat said
higher
in.
than the imaginary number.
Kat
Exactly.
got -infinity. Got it.
I was more thinking that you were going for like algebra. Like, you're like, my initiative was so low, I went into algebra.
Nah, I'd go for pi first. Tastes better.
Oh, respect. Yeah.
Catch
Oh,
initiative
God.
of pi,
So,
therefore we'll
what's
never
E?
get there.
Ian maths.
He's
It's a natural number.
2.7 something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Vinny,
is-
Romulus...
That's how natural logs work.
Mortar...
Yes, it is the number such that its the exponential function has a derivative equal to the function itself.
Yes. These two I will put there, and that one I will put there.
It's a number where you just grin, nod, and go, eee!
Okay.
Oh my word.
So, Vinny, as you begin to hear the very loud buzzing from the room beyond, you hear Kat say to get aggressive, and that these ones seem to be hostile. What would you like to do?
There's no one here who's capable of talking. What a pity. Right.
Going off the rails on a crazy train.
What space is this one in?
That one is currently covering this space, so for the time being, it's in this 3x3 fully, because it will be curving around the corner.
Okay.
So that'll be fine.
How far did I move?
Just to check, is that an actual body, or is it meant to be a Steel Arc Sentinel under there?
That's a Steel Arc Sentinel.
Yeah.
So that's one of the Steel Arc Sentinels that has been torn to pieces by the people you're following.
Ah. Oh.
If you remember, there were 2 on the thrones in the room above. Which
Oh,
was
no,
the room
no,
for
no.
registry
Those
property.
Those are Steel Arc Knights. These are Steel Arc Sentinels.
Oh!
They are weaker than the Steel Arc Knights. For reference, Steel Arc Sentinels, I believe, are CR4. Steel Arc Knights are CR7. When they are supercharged by an Overmind, they become CR9.
Oh, I was.
What I'm saying
Oh,
here
sorry.
is Chris is mean.
Yeah, well, like
Honestly, I'm feeling that. I respect it.
all of these flaws except for this one were diplomacy. You can get past them without needing to worry.
Yeah,
We've
just
also
don't
got a
die.
6-player party. We're fine.
Yeah.
Don't die.
Oh yeah. You have a 6-player party. It's only unless you rolled low on your persuasions would I worry about a full round being potentially dangerous. You rolled high though, so you're fine. So now you get to fight these guys and be on pretty much full health.
Thank you. 2 nat 20s.
Oh, you have no idea how much I just wanted to hit one of you with the knight.
I think I would have just died.
Oh no,
Yes.
you wouldn't have died. If it got one of its 3 hits in, you would have survived. But
You
Yeah.
might have.
Three.
That's what you were gonna say.
yeah,
So you would have suffered.
you would have suffered. Yes.
It
So,
was
so Vinny, you run up. You've got the 2 between you.
Yep.
As you know how swarms go, they cannot attack you unless they are within 0 feet of you. So, as it stands, you're fine where you are.
Right, so I'm gonna. Since I'm flanking this one with Damian, I'm going to slash at it with my scimitar.
Go for it.
Give me
So you get the bonus +2 to your to hit. And
that.
yep.
It's +3 now, I believe.
Oh yes, that's right. It's +3 because your proficiency's gone up.
Mm-hmm.
Total.
I believe that is 18.
18 hits. I will say that if you didn't have flanking, that would have missed. As you otherwise go up behind the swarm of Archmites, taking a swing with your scimitar to begin with. Is your scimitar magical?
Yes, it's the Sundance one,
Okay, good.
which also means I can reroll
Uh,
it. 2,
Okay, how much damage do you do?
4. 13.
And that's versus the green one, correct? Or red one,
This
sorry.
is the red one.
And how much damage did you say,
I'm-
sorry?
13.
13, halved to 6. Because
Yeah,
it is a swarm.
Yeah, I'm trying to slash through as big of a group of these as I can.
Alrighty, yeah. Taking a cut through a number of them, you otherwise carve through them, and some of them, by the looks of it, have been previously damaged but have been picked back up, it would seem, as they have been damaged in the process of fighting someone beforehand, it would seem, but they've been feeding off of the energy of the fallen ones.
Simon, if you can provide me flanking by any chance, just saying.
We'll have to see.
Yes, I can. I have a bonus action,
Mhm.
so I'm going to jab at this same swarm with
Okay.
my Cold Steel Shortsword.
Go for it.
That can't sneak attack, but just stab it into the center of mass of the swarm and see if I can hit anything.
Okay, yeah, that definitely hits, and that does 3 plus...
I'm just imagining you skewering them like a kebab.
So how much
Oh, yeah,
damage
for
is
sure.
that?
7 piercing and 2 cold.
Okay, so that does 3 damage, and then 1, as they are resistant to cold. As you otherwise take a strike through with the cold steel short sword, it strikes through, and you watch as the short sword catches a number of them, skewering them in that moment. And as you pull the sword back, you watch as the frost gathers and then is electrocuted and fired away by the heavy heat that this swarm is currently producing within itself. Okay.
And I'm going to use the rest of my movement.
I'll reveal the rest of the room now that you'll know what's beyond.
Guess I need to be here.
Ooh.
It's filling the whole 3x3.
Yep, that should be
Oh,
fine.
so-
Ah!
Ah!
Bye.
Ah!
I didn't mean to do. Wait. All right. Let's try that again.
What happened? The world's gone.
Vinny power played so hard that he just
Damn, Vinny.
destroyed the map.
Vinny, what have we told you about
Cross
destroying
the
the map?
road
Alright.
to destroy the world.
Okay. It has been fixed. Woof. That was a scary moment.
Oh, it's a Christmas miracle.
All right.
Oh, I did hit and run on reality.
So,
That's like reality. It's amazing.
Sentinel.
Yeah.
That one is the blue
I mean,
one.
the way you cure that is you give it Buzz Cola.
You see where there
Oh,
may
no.
have once been an overmind has destroyed and is being fed upon. Oh,
Oh.
for some reason it doesn't have a death tile on the other side, so just assume it does.
It's probably because the other side of the portal is also a portal.
Yeah, that makes sense as to why I would have done that.
Very wise.
Okay, so end of your go. Okay, we then move on to Arkmite 1's turn. Arkmite 1, in this instance, as it otherwise kind of notes the general nature of the party being here, is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and is then going to... Yep, it's going to dash in this instance, and it is going to cover both of you two. As it
Oh,
begins
boy.
to whirl and spiral around you, you begin to kind of hear the heavy drone of the insectoid wings skittering and otherwise flying and swirling around you as you begin to feel the charge in the air around you begin to get more chaotic. As a general note, you are currently both under the effect of wild magic should you cast any spells.
Wow. Oh, man.
I wish to turn into a bowl of petunias.
Hang on. Does that amplify my wild
It
magic?
doubles your roll.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Now, as the next person in the room, this green one is going to go for you.
Sweet.
It's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. It's going to go here. And in this instance, it has its action, so it's going to make a taser bite against you. What is your AC as if you didn't have mage armor?
13.
Oh, damn.
13. Okay, that is a 22 to hit versus your 13 AC.
I don't even know why you needed to ask if I didn't have mage armor. I mean,
Well,
come on, that's
if it-
gonna hit.
If it rolled low, it can matter quite a bit. Because
True.
it cuts
Alright,
effectively 3 off your AC. Okay. As they get close, they proceed to otherwise bite into you with electrical energy, and you take 16 points of lightning damage. As they bite into you, you begin to feel the energy shoot through your form in that moment, and you lose your reaction.
That's okay. Stay away from
brutal.
me.
Okay, Romulus, you're up.
Okay, so just to check, if I were to attack the swarm, would I be able to gain advantage due to Cat being within that swarm there?
Because Cat is within it, unfortunately not.
Interesting. If I attack the swarm, is there any chance of it harming Cat?
You don't know.
Right.
You just saw this thing
Um,
swarm around Cat, and you began to hear the electrical charge as hundreds of these tiny bugs began to bite and electrocute Cat in that instant.
Oh, I haven't got a reaction. Damn.
No, you don't. You lost it when they attacked you.
Right, okay. My only reasonable option is to attack these things. I am not physically within range to hit Cat.
Correct.
Therefore, unless they have some magical bullshit, I should not be able to harm Cat from my current position.
That is fair.
My first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rage.
Okay.
And I am going to start attacking the Arkmite swarm, first of all.
Okay.
I'm going to be recklessing this.
What do you have as your weapon?
Stagger.
Okay. As you otherwise draw Stagger, the massive half-blade in this moment, raging as the bear mantle around your shoulders begins to come to life, the spirit of the bear wrapping around your head, you lift Stagger up and you take your swings against the Arkmite swarm.
I'm just reading through Stagger again to make sure I've got everything
That's
for
all right.
it. But
I will also state as a general note, because I don't want to be a dick about it, this door will close if you do not move into one of these 2 spaces next turn. Or this turn, sorry.
that is fine. My intention is attack and then move forward.
Nope,
to some
that's
degree.
fair. I'm just letting you know. And the same will be with you as well, Kirv. If you want to stop the door from closing, you'll need to move forward one. Otherwise, it takes an action to open the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Different radio.
Okay.
That hits.
Now, it should be noted, I also, because I'm using Stagger, I roll these a second time and take the higher, so that's
Yep.
6.
Yep. So it will be the
Yeah,
6.
Now, this is an interesting thing. Technically, that was a 1 that was rolled there, and I have the ability to...
Great Weapon Master.
Great Weapon Master, so I re-roll a 1. Can I re-roll that 1?
Yeah, and then you take the higher from that. Yeah, that's how it would act to itself. So that would be an 8. Plus
Nice.
Plus 2 plus 7, so that should be 17.
17 damage to
Hell yeah.
the green one.
Yep.
Okay, 17 damage halved is 8 points of damage.
Oh, it is magical.
Oh yeah, they're immune to non-magical damage and resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing otherwise.
Right. Understood.
Yep.
Right. Second attack then. So again, 6 or 8.
6 or 8.
I can also re-roll a 2.
Yep. See if you get higher.
Nope. But so that's another 17 points of damage.
But wasn't that a 3 beforehand? So it would be
no, it was a 3 and a 3 or a 6 and a 2.
yeah. So it would be a 6 and a 3 because you take the higher.
Oh shit! Of all dice. Oh.
Yeah.
That's terrifying, and I love it.
Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you.
it is. So that is
That's
9 plus 2 plus 7. So that's 18. Halved to 9.
yeah, 18. Yeah.
Okay. As you
Spicy.
otherwise take a heavy 2 cuts into this, tearing part as your half blade is long enough to otherwise cut through good sections of them, catching them and scattering them to one side and then swinging across and doing so for the next lot. You scatter these arc mites to either side in that instance. It is what you can assume to be bloodied. It is in a very weakened state, and you note that the electrical charge has dimmed on them.
Okay, so I'm going to be moving through it.
Okay.
Can I move over to here? I'm happy to take an opportunity attack.
Yeah,
if necessary.
it will make the attack opportunity, so let's see. That is a natural 1. You may use your reaction to attack it if you wish.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely, because I believe... it's
Oh,
still my
wait,
turn,
hold
so
on.
it shouldn't be-
You
yeah.
reckless, so it gets advantage on this.
Shit.
Nope, that's
Shit,
fine,
yeah.
just so I know. 13 to hit.
that one.
13 does still miss, so...
Okay,
no,
so
no
damage,
special-
but no bonus attack. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry I considered, like, dragging you out, but I thought it's probably better to...
No, it's okay. I have a plan.
Cool.
It
Yeah,
concerns
so...
you're very close, but I have a plan.
Fair.
Okay.
Sorry, had to provide advantage for Damian whenever she gets to his turn.
That's-
All right, that's the end of my turn. Go.
Okay, Mortar.
I think
Okay.
Mortar's surrounded by these bugs and everything. He's kind of trying to swat them away as best he can. He looks at Vinny and says, "Is this situation ideal for you or not?"
It's not great, I've got to be honest.
In which case, then Mortar is going to try to shove you out of the swarm.
Okay, so that'll be one of the attacks. So shoving would move
Yeah.
Vinny to there. Okay. Yeah, no check needed because I'm assuming Vinny wouldn't resist being pushed out of a swarm of insects.
No.
Okay.
And I guess, I can't see the swarm that Romulus was attacking, the one that's looking wounded.
No.
And I think I'm just too overwhelmed by the buzzing and everything, and also the fact my spatial awareness is still on.
Which is messing with
I
your
guess I'll just-
sight all the time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, for sure. I'm just going to fire. I will just fire with the Black Scorpion.
Okay, that will be with disadvantage because they are in melee range of you.
Indeed. I can't think of another option that Mortar would go for personally.
Cool.
That's a natural 1, Chris.
That's a natural 1. So they will get to make, as a reaction, an opportunity attack against you.
Perfect.
That is a 16. What is your AC?
Meets it, beats it.
Meets it, beats it. So that will do damage. And this is the blue swarm. Blue swarm is unharmed. You take 15 points of lightning damage as as you otherwise lift your weapon, the Black Scorpion, to try and take a shot. You watch as one of them grabs onto the edge, and although you're used to these things exploding and popping, that is exactly what happens. And you watch as a number of them latch onto it and explode and pop in electrical light in front of you. It's travelling down and shooting down your arm before you watch as the others begin to cannibalize on the ones that died and heal whatever damage they would have taken as a result of this.
Okay. That's my second attack action. I think because it used its reaction, Mortar is going to move here, so that way, if in fact, actually, sorry, Kiru, is it?
Kirv.
Or is it Kirv? Sorry, Kirv.
Much
I was
easier
reading.
than
Sorry,
Kiru.
I was reading it. I was like, what the hell? Is this position going to be a problem for you, or would you rather me move the square across? Because I know that you're like, what's kind of your thing going on?
My plan is to do a close range attack. So, am I able to squeeze through here?
You could.
my
I would say it would
turn,
generally be easier just to do that because then there's no worries
Yeah,
about any
I
of
will
that,
go
so
there then.
that'd be
I
alright.
think Mozart would like tumble roll out of the swarm and kind of lean up against the door to hold it open. And that's the end of my turn, Chris.
Okay. End of your go, Kirv. You're up.
Okay, am I able to talk to Eugene and Filch and tell them to sort of keep a distance from the swarms, but let me know if anyone becomes bloodied?
Okay. I'll say that's a bonus action to say that to them. As
Okay.
one of them otherwise looks at you. Right, you got it, boss. As Filch otherwise flies off over to here, and Eugene's like, on it. He's going to
Aw.
fly over here. And they're going to keep an eye and survey the area around. Just so you have a general awareness on what's going on in the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, for clarification, bloodied, does that mean below half?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you
Would
bloodied?
they notice me then? Because I'm looking incredibly fucked up.
We don't care
Yeah.
about you. Sorry, Han.
That's perfect. No. I just wanted some clarification. Thank you.
No, I'm
I'm
kidding.
playing with you guys.
But, maybe in a couple of weeks.
Respect.
All right.
Respect.
So I can't do Hexblade because obviously we've already used the bonus action.
Mhm.
So can I just do the double attack with Eldritch Smite? Is that smart?
Eldritch Smite would consume spell slots, but you can do if you wish. I mean, if the party's taking a short rest after this, there's no reason not to.
Also, have I got Eldritch Smite right? Yes, I do. Because that's not Eldritch Blast, it's Eldritch Smite.
Yeah.
Use no pecs. Okay, sure.
Yeah, and that's just part of the attack. So you choose, if you hit, you then get to choose to use Eldritch Smite. So you don't have to do it beforehand.
Okay, cool. I'll keep that as a...
I'm just going to quickly check something about Eldritch Smite because I seem to remember there was some interesting wording.
There is interesting wording. It can work on ranged weapons, but still.
Oh, that's so sick.
So, go ahead and make me your 2 attacks, Kirv. From here, unfortunately, you wouldn't get Actually, no, because it's 2x2. You would get flanking with Vinny. So you will have a +3 in addition to your usual attacks. So 2 attacks. Ooh, first
Either
one.
of them hit.
The 11 hits. What would the 2 be total?
+8.
+8, +3. No, unfortunately, just misses on that first one. But the second one definitely hits. And you wanted
Okay.
to Eldritch Smite with that?
Yes.
So, what level spell slot do you have? It'll be on your overlay. It should be on the left, just next to where you've got the spell slots.
Who'd we lose?
It should be 4th, I think.
Yes, 4th.
Okay, so that should be... How many
Oh,
extra
new
dice does Eldritch Smite do? Is it...
1d8 plus the spell level number of d8.
Okay, so that's 5d8 bonus damage. So do the regular weapon damage
Oh my
first,
word.
and then do the 5d8. Okay.
That is so sick.
No, that's how it goes.
Okay. So that is how much damage for the weapon?
So that's 3 + 5. 8.
3 + 5, 8. Okay, so that it gets halved to 4. And then the Eldritch Smite damage?
All of these.
Yep. Okay, 18. And what kind of damage is that?
Is that next to my weapon?
That will be on your, I believe it's the Eldritch Smite ability. I believe it's Necrotic or Radiant, I believe you get to choose.
I mean, it's not on my page. It's literally just Eldritch
Oh,
Smite.
okay.
Use a weapon hit.
Let me give that a quick look, because
Sorry,
that might be...
but-
No, that might be on me, not right.
You can knock the target prone if it is a huge or smaller creature.
Eldritch Smite...
I don't know if it matters if one little insect
it's
gets
four-
knocked prone.
it's force damage. It's
Okay.
force
Okay.
damage.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Awesome.
as you watch as Kirv otherwise takes the swing with the first swing of the scythe as they all part, moving out the way almost in unison. As you do a uppercut, swinging upwards as you do so, the scythe catching a few of them, and as the Eldritch Smite crackles, there's a flurry of raven feathers, and you hear this loud cracking, and force pushes a large chunk of them away as they are not resistant to force damage. So that is the full 18, doing 22 damage to this swarm, which is looking mightily hurt. As you swing
Nice.
upwards and strike through them, you pull your scythe down to one side, and they are unfortunately immune to prone, because they're a bunch of bugs. But that was definitely a very good hit. So that's used your action and your bonus action. Did you wish to move any further or remain there?
Am I going to be in the way for Mortar for anything?
No,
No.
you're absolutely fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright then.
Okay. It is now the other Archmite's turn. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That one's going to end there.
I really
5,
love
10,
shoving their
15,
butts in
20,
people's
25,
faces.
30, 35, yeah. And then this one is going to go here.
Oh boy.
As the one on top of
Oh,
you,
no.
Romulus, is going to make its attack. It has advantage because you recklessed.
This is accurate, yes.
That is a 21 to
This is a
hit.
thing.
That will indeed hit.
Okay, so you will take, and obviously halved because of rage, but I will...
Yeah.
Oh, those are some worth rolls. So that's 8 halved to 4.
Oh damn.
So but you do lose your reaction
I
As a-
lose my reaction?
as a result of being damaged by them with their taser bite, yes.
Interesting.
Didn't you already spend it? Oh no, you didn't because they reroll. Never mind.
Yeah, so even if I had, it would have regened at the end of my turn.
Yes, that's right.
Okay,
But,
so...
Oh wait,
yeah,
isn't
either
it
way,
at the start of your? It's the
It's at
start
the
of your
start.
next turn. Isn't
It's
it,
the
that
start
reroll?
of your next turn. You didn't spend it
Oh.
anyway, but you lose it in this instance because
Yeah,
of the...
okay,
because of
oh
it.
right. So start my
Okay,
turn at the end of my
Yeah.
turn. You're right,
And
you're right.
this one here is going to
Still
use
good,
its... this one is going to use its Static Blast. So I would like
boy.
Mortar, Damian, and Kirv all to make me dexterity saving throws. The blue swarm is going to
Okay.
automatically fail because it wants to take the lightning damage.
Oh, they
Oh,
fucking heal off
little
of it.
bastards.
And the blue arc swarm heals 12 hit points. As you watch as its numbers begin to get back up after being
Okay.
electrocuted.
First of all, can you hear me? I know
Yep.
I'm mobile for some
I can.
Yes,
Just
I can hear you.
about, though you're interestingly sounding.
Yeah, I've got no idea what's happened with internet and Discord on my computer, but it's better. Aura of Protection, will that be giving everyone +1 to their saving throws?
Yes, that would. So incorporate
Cool.
an additional
And
+1.
Second thing
Okay.
I wanted to ask was,
Sorry, is your
could I
charisma bonus
get
only-
an improvement from all my weapons and stuff? Using
Using shield mastery in this instance, I would say because your shield is made of metal, it won't have helped with against the lightning effect here.
Okay, cool.
In most
I'll keep
cases
it on
it
that.
would, but in this particular case, because of the nature of it, it's going to be quite difficult to block
Oh
it.
well, that's a nat 1, so but, you know.
Okay, well that's a fail on your part. What did you, Kirv? What did you get for your dexterity saving throw?
8.
8. Okay, so you failed as well. And Mortar?
23.
Okay, so Mortar, you succeed and take 6 points of lightning damage. And
Oh my word.
that's it. Kirv
fantastic.
and Damian, you both take 12 points of lightning damage, and you must choose on your next turn to lose either your bonus action or your action.
Oh, that is brutal.
Now, notably, the swarm does the same because it automatically failed the save. However, it only uses an action, which is to taser bite, so it doesn't need to worry about losing the bonus action.
Well, good for
They
them.
are, as you say, assholes.
Yes, they are. Okay. All right. We now move on to Damian. It is your go.
I've lost one or the other at this point.
Yeah,
correct?
so you only have an action or a bonus action. Your choice. You have figured out by watching Kirv use her Eldritch Smite, Smite seemed to be the way to go.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah, I completely missed that because I had no audio. Okay, thank you for
okay.
telling me that.
Nope, that's quite alright. I thought, let the Paladin know, because that makes sense.
To be fair, I was going to do this anyway.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so because it's okay, so I'll use my normal action because it makes no sense to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'm gonna do one Divine Smite, and if that works nicely, I'll do a second.
Okay.
And spend the spell points for them. Right. What have I got
Awesome.
to do? Right. First of all, roll.
Yep. Roll to hit. Are you hitting the red or the blue one? The red one that you are currently fighting has been damaged, as has the blue one. Hint, they're both on the same health. It doesn't particularly matter, but I thought I'd ask.
I'll attack the one that's above us first.
Okay.
Above me and Morben.
Okay, so that'd be the red one. Go ahead and make me the attack roll then,
Amazing.
please. Total to
I think
hit.
that's an 11. I think. No, 12.
12 unfortunately misses as you take a swing with your mace upwards, the attack passing through a few of them as they otherwise again move out of the way almost in sync, as you can see their bodies are overcharged with this electrical energy. Second attack,
So I guess I'll do the same again.
go for it.
Oh well, that's a fail.
As you otherwise take a second swing, they seem to be more aware of you with your metallic objects as you take swings. They seem to be far more resilient against you doing stuff like this.
Cool.
Okay, Cat, it is your go.
Okay. I have a slight issue.
Mm-hmm.
All of my attacks are 20-foot radius.
Oh, damn.
Romulus, can you take a hit?
I would rather not, but I can certainly if necessary.
How can I do this
Oh,
where I'm
boy.
not going to cripple the entire party? Center it on my... I'm not going to hit the entire party. That is just
Yeah,
insanity.
unfortunately, due to the nature of these tiles, it's going to be difficult to get the
Roughly
lining
centered
up.
on myself.
That's going to flip like that. Hold on. I'm just going to put it there for now. Good enough. Alright, it'll be one square over for all of these things, but yeah. So one square over would
the door
hit.
that's here,
Mhm.
is that shut?
Now that Romulus is left, it will shut at the end of your turn.
Okay. Alright, this is... To try and protect the rest of the party, I am going to...
First, kill them.
Oh shit, I haven't got a reaction.
You
Can
have
I
your
my
reaction now. You regained it.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I am going to cast Crystal Lotus on myself with the shield rune.
Is this hitting here? Or
It's
here?
on myself, so the 20-foot radius is from me.
So there. So this is going to hit Romulus, you, and both of the Arc Swarms.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sorry, that's all I can do.
I'm just going to put Jeff over here, because Jeff, for the time being, so long as he's on your person, can't take damage, and he's just causing problems. So let's do that. There we go.
Okay.
That's what's going
Jeff
to get
is
him.
Right. Okay.
Jeff is always a problem.
I promise I'll try and help Romulus after. I'm want
Okay.
to not die.
So, what kind of save is this?
That is a dex save for them both.
Dex save. Oh boy. And Romulus, you get to do the same, but you have advantage because of your danger sense. You can smell when Cat is cooking, and
I was going to say,
Oh, fuck's
Pat,
sake.
do you want to... Pat, you can move forward one more if you want, then you could get the swarm that I'm in as well.
it would
No,
hit you
'cause
as well.
I run the risk of
Yeah, that would get
hitting
me, yeah.
Damian.
No, you would only get me if you moved it one square closer.
Like that.
Yeah, like that.
The
And then
main
you would
thing
get
is
out
it
of the
would
swarm
hit.
and you would avoid Damian.
Actually, no, because Crystal Lotus doesn't go around corners, does it?
Um.
So it would pass. It would have to go straight through a wall in order to do that. So no, it wouldn't hit.
No, okay.
Even if you moved the
Oh, okay.
radius down, it wouldn't hit Mortar and all that. It would just be more
Cool.
likely to cause future problems. This is a mistake.
It's only a
There we go.
13, which I know does not meet your DC.
I can't give you advantage.
Nope.
I can't help here.
What is the DC I'm trying to meet?
16.
Okay. The swarm on
Okay.
top of you succeeds. The swarm on top of Harlan fails. Yeah.
Could
Okay.
I be really cheeky and try something? Because I still have my reaction.
I'm listening.
I have an ability which I have not yet used, and I would like to try, if I may, giving Romulus my 1 free reroll of a saving throw.
Oh.
It's a.
Yeah. You know what?
I.
That's the invigoration, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. I will allow
So-
that. As you see Romulus round the corner, otherwise suffering. Romulus, go ahead. You may re-roll your saving throw. Again, you
Alright,
still.
that's all I can do, man.
Oh, yeah!
But it's
Nat
enough.
20.
Natural 20 helps. Okay.
Oh shit!
Okay, so the one that fails takes 25
And I'm already
damage.
taking half damage.
What
'cause of
kind of
raid.
damage?
It is piercing.
Piercing. Noted.
So the one that one fails takes 25. Everyone that succeeds takes half. Also, the one that failed takes a D4 penalty to all attacks, ability, and saving throws from now on for a minute.
Okay. Okay. So
Or
that
until
one
it
is marked
uses
for that.
that.
And it took 15, you said?
It took 25,
25,
full damage.
So
and then half for the ones that
so
succeed.
halved to 12 points of damage. The one that succeeded takes half of that, which is 12, and then halved again is 6. That's the green one on top of you, which is looking mighty rough. And then Romulus, you also take 6 points of piercing damage.
Which is then halved because of.
Oh, no. So you succeeded, so it was halved from 25 to 12, and then you're resistant, so it's halved to 6.
Ah, okay.
And
I
Cat,
do
you,
like my raid.
and Cat, you
by the way.
gained 25 points of
And I've got
temporary hit
25
points.
of temp hit points, yeah.
Yep. Now, roll me a
Nice.
wild magic. Remember, your
Oh.
dice here is doubled, and Crystal Lotus is a 4th level spell.
Crystal
So,
Light is a 4th level,
on
and
an
I used
8
a rune.
or lower... Oh, and use rune, so on a 10 or lower, this goes off.
Come on, come on.
Please
Oh,
do.
we're good.
Can I impose disadvantage for shits and giggles?
In all fairness, I am
I will-
concentrating very much on watching to not hurt you.
I will say this in this instance, because of the nature of this. Cat, if you want to fail, and you want to wild magic, I will allow it in this specific example because of how chaotic the magic is here. I will
for the
leave
shits
this
and
to
giggles
you.
of it. Sure.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll me that.
If I die from this,
D100
it'll
damage.
just be funny.
17.
Okay, this was using a 4th level spell with a modifier of plus, because of +3, because of where you are. In the midst of the chaos, you watch as Cat grows a beard of feathers.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, could have been
Alright.
helpful.
All right.
I'll take the 25 temp hit points anyway. It gives me another.
Chicken in Centaur's
Yeah.
clothing.
Okay, you used your action. Do you have a bonus action or a or a movement you wish to use?
How much were these guys moving?
As in, like, how healthy are they, or how fast?
No, like how far did I see them move?
They can probably cover from one length to the other with a dash action. They are very fast.
Right, without dash, I'm trying to prevent them from using an action. I
Without?
don't mind rolling a bonus roll to thing, but yeah, how much movement without them being able to take an action? So
About 40
what is
feet.
their base movement? 40 foot.
40
They've
foot
got the
flight.
same movement as me.
Yep.
Bunch of monsters. Okay.
If you can ground them with certain spells, like Earthbind, they only have a 20-foot walk speed. so they're,
That's cool.
so they're nice and slow, but...
I wonder, does Romulus have his reaction?
No, he lost it when he was attacked.
Oh, damn. Worth a shot. Okay, I don't do anything. There's not much point. In fact, actually, yes, I do. I move. How far was the 20-foot area? If Romulus can move over one, if I have to make another attack, I'll probably get them both. On me. I'm up here now. Okay, so if I can move down one more, right? Okay.
Ah! I keep picking up your tile instead of the... There we go.
When the little
Okay,
box-
cool. That's really good to know. Right, I'm gonna move there. If Romulus moves down one, it means he's no longer in my blast radius of any spells. And I will tell him to move 5 foot further down.
Okay, you climb on top of the stone table.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. Okay. In this moment, because we have hit our overrun time, did we want to stop here at the top of the round? Or did we want to keep going and see how this next round plays out?
I do have to be up early in the morning.
Okay.
I am happy to continue if everyone else is wanting to, but if there is anyone else that does not wish to,
Yeah, I've got to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
In which case then,
That's-
we will...
Yeah, then we will.
In which case, we will stop there for now. So, for the stream, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And we will see you next week when we continue these shenanigans and the continuation of the fight versus these Archmites. Thank you, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.